coming out of the old hairpin.
Oh no!
JC's going to send it? You better use. Oh, look at the Aston, just with the nice little battle here. Carrying huge speed through the crater curve.
Aston runs wide and he's in the grass.
Oh, there's a bit of contact.
Oh, almost side by side through there. Hello and welcome everyone. It's here. We've done it. We've come to the end of Season 5. This is Round 5 of Season 5. This is the Pro Division. This is Race on Oz, Australia's premier ACC console league. We are going to do a 90-minute Enduro around Bathurst. We just had the real thing happen only a couple of days ago. We're going to do it virtually, not 1,000 kilometres though, but we're going to do 90 minutes, which is a fair effort of it anyway. So hello all and welcome. Let's get into proceedings. So last time out, we're in Kyalami. So it was the round after the sprint round, and we had Vic Chan who took out victory there for Ignition Control Racing. So he was able to get his McLaren up on the podium there in P1, so number one on the side of the car. That's where he put it. Slambo was a less than a quarter of a second behind him in P2, so he threw the absolute kitchen sink at him last week on the final laps. But the Games and Racing team, Bentley, just couldn't quite do it, so he did finish there in P2. In P3, it was Jamie, one of our championship contenders for Bruce Hull Racing in the Mercedes. He took home P3, the final step of the podium. After that, it was Big Chopper Dog, so another ICR runner there. He came home in fourth in the Bentley. In fifth in the Lamborghini for Games and Racing team, it was JJ Penguin. So I think that was his best result of the season. Then we had there in P6 in another Lamborghini, it was Ty Morgo for Pagny and Next Level Racing, so that was the highest P&L driver. Bruce Hull Racing again, it was in the Bentley, it was Stu Carr, came home in 7th. The first Selby Acoustic Racing runner in P8 belonged to Someone Awesome in the Bentley. HSV for ICR came home in P9, and rounding out the top 10, dropping 5 spots, was Adman for Bruce Hull Racing, and you can see the rest of the finishes down there: Sabre, Eagle Win, Barters, Brenticles, Footner, Jambon, Sickle, Bruise, Burrow Dog, K-Man, and Sadudes, rounding out the top 20. So it was a great race last round. This is going to be a lot of fun tonight. Hello all and welcome in the chat as well. So I see Riggsy was in there very nice and early. Andrali's in there as well. Daz, Mr. N. Wilson. Hello, Mr. N. Wilson. Metal Steel is in there as well. Hello, Metal Steel. Cameron Footner. Always comments in there as well. Cameron, good luck for tonight. We'll see how you go out on the circuit. But hello all and welcome. Whether you are watching tonight or live or on delay, welcome one and all. All right, so it is the last round of the season. So that means that championships are going to be decided, and I'm not going to play you the video because it was very loud last time, and do apologise for that. But we're playing for a real life trophy, which is awesome. So there will be actual physical trophies given out this season, and this round is going to essentially determine our championship winner. So, all right, let's have a quick look at championship standings. So, as it sits, this is the Drivers' Championship. So Slambo got out to a pretty good early start there. Jamie soon pegged him back, and then Vic Chan entered himself into the conversation to win this season. So you can see there up the top, Jamie 4 points clear of Vic Chan. So barely anything separating them at the moment. It's 157 points to 153. Right in contention in there as well is Slambo. So the top three separated by a measly 7 points right now as we head into the final round, round 5, the 90-minute Enduro at Bathurst. I couldn't think of a better race, a better track to decide this season's championship. So that's the top three. Then you've got Brenticles, who's had a very solid year on 139. He's for Pagny Next Level Racing. Stu Car there on 129 points. He's in P5. In 6th is Adman. 7th is HSV, so he's had a solid year. Someone Awesome as well, down there on 123. Ty Morgo and Selby Acoustics Racing. So a pretty good mixture of teams there. So ICR represented twice. Selby represented twice. Bruce Hale 3 times. And then you've got Games and Racing Team, the only one driver in the top 10 there in the championship fight, which is Slambo in that very, very fast Bentley. So we'll see if he can take out the championship this evening, as we are less than 9 minutes away from the action getting started. Let's have a look at the team's championship. This is what everyone else is interested in as well. So you can see the Games and Racing Team sat atop of the standings for a little while there, swapping places with Bruce Hull Racing. But then ICR, so last season, season 4, was not a good season for those boys. They've certainly turned it around this season though. They are 6 points clear of Games and Racing Team for the team's championship. So 954 points to 948. So obviously this will go down to the wire next week as well. It's going to be the Pro-Am boys will go around Bathurst this time next week, and then we'll call it a day for season 5. So team's championship won't necessarily be decided this week, should be decided next week. In 3rd place there, you can see that belongs to Bruce Hull Racing. Still a slight chance to take out the team's championship, but it would take a pretty good couple of races to do that. Down in 4th position is Pagny Next Level Racing on 833 points. It just hasn't been their season this season. Selby Acoustics Racing, they're down in 5th place on 820 points. So that is our championship standings for both the drivers and the team's championship. Put in the chat if you like your predictions for the teams and the drivers' championship. I'll read them out for everyone as well. So while you're doing that, let's take a look at last week's driver of the day. So it was the Pro-Am race around Kyalami, and after much deliberation, time, thought, emotional distress as well, coming to this decision, because I had to do it all by myself. It came down to this man who took out driver of the day. Congratulations to Pat G65. He took out the award for driver of the day last week. So congratulations to him. Very well deserved. Very steady driver, Pat. So you can see that he's had 10 starts in the league. He hasn't taken any poles or wins, but he has taken out 2 seconds, 3 thirds. And he's also had 5 top 5 finishes as well. So really good, solid start for him. Look at the awesome picture there. He's trying to mount Riggsy. I think that was coming through Crocodiles there. So big shout out to Andrali for getting those images organised, and as he does with this graphic every week. So just to give you an idea why Pat was named driver of the day last week, he started in P11 and he finished P4. So he was stuck with Riggsy most of the race as well. They had a really epic battle between those two. And yeah, just a really, really solid drive for him. So very well done. Congratulations, Pat G65. You took out last week's Pro-Am driver of the day for round 4 for Kyalami. All right, we are just under 6 minutes away from getting this one started. So let's have a look at the circuit. So I think everyone, being this is an Australian league, the premier Australian ACC console league, that would all be pretty familiar with Bathurst. The majority of us, myself included, would have sat down on the couch for a good 6 hours or so. I think it was nearly 7 hours to race this year, to watch the V8 supercars go around here. So we'd all be pretty familiar, but it is a 6.21 kilometre circuit, 23 turns in all. Some very iconic names in Australian motorsport. Corner names around here: Murray's Corner, the Chase, Hell Corner, Up Mountain Straight. The Cutting is in there, Sulman Park, Reed Park, obviously the Dipper, and it's Forest Elbow. So on the weekend, they did pronounce it as Forest Elbow. It is actually Forest Elbow, which was quite annoying every time that they would say it. That name actually originated from a gentleman named Jack Forrest. So actually crashed there on a motorcycle all the way back in 1947. Smashed his elbow up really badly, but actually returned the next day. And then Harry Hinton actually was credited with dubbing the name of the corner after him. So it's Forest Elbow, not Forest Elbow. Let's take a look at the circuit. So we're on board with Jam on Sickle. Let's see him take us for a lap around this circuit. So up the front straight here. It's going to be hard on the brakes for Hell Corner. Don't want to touch too much of the curb on the entry. You can use it on the exit as he winds it up. Goes up through the gears, up Mountain Straight, so it's a 1.1 kilometre straight. Go over the hill there. I've never driven the circuit, but I imagine you get that sort of that feeling where your stomach's coming up through your chest through there. Now this is into Griffin's Bend, so once again you want to avoid the curb there on the entry. Can use a little bit of on the exit there. Now through the cutting, a really tricky part of the circuit. As you can see, they're keeping a nice tight line through the cutting. Moving his way up now through Reed Park, so you can pretty much take it flat out here. You've got the car set up and the conditions are right. And then you want to run the car just pretty close to the fence through Sulman Park as he makes his way through McPhillamy and over Skyline, so Brocky's Skyline as it is known. So some iconic images here. Then it's down through the S's using all the curb that he likes through there. Then the left-hander, the dipper. And it's hard on the power again, so pulling up through third, touches on 180 kilometres, hard on the brakes. Now this is the left-hander, Forest's Elbow. And then it's the run on Conrod Straight. So it's a 1.9 kilometre straight, the longest straight in Australian motorsport. Up through fifth gear already into sixth. The Bentley not as fast as others we've seen, that it doesn't necessarily have the toe of other cars around this. So we see him 276 kilometres, he tops that out. Hard on the brakes down into second through the Chase. Whereas I grew up with being Caltex Chase. He comes out of there. Easy for the lap to go wrong through there as well. Down into Murray's Corner, the final turn. Just staying away from that curb there as well. It's the steepest curb on the track. And then across the line, and a good time there from Jambon Sickle. So that was a lap of the Bathurst Mount Panorama circuit for you all. We're going to be doing 90 minutes around there this evening, and we're less than 2 minutes away from getting this one started to decide the championship, the Drivers' Championship anyway, in the Pro Division for Season 5. Let's have a quick look now at some of the sort of speeds and fuel usage around here. Big shout out to Andrelli as well. So he didn't necessarily make this graphic, but he helped out with all the data for it as well. So he's been a bit crook recently. Said he had a little bit of spare time. So Andrelli, I hope you're feeling a lot better. And thank you very much for helping me out with this. So we can see the Jag not racing tonight. We will see the Jag hopefully next week with Psycho Agency in the Pro-Am. 284 clicks. One of the fastest cars up there. But funnily enough, it's the Lexus and the Honda again. So we've seen the Lexus have pretty decent tow. The Ferrari's actually rated as being the fastest car around circuits like this by Coach Dave as well. So take that for what it's worth. But we can see they're all pretty similar. It's pretty good on the juice there, 3.5 litres per lap. So it's the best on fuel around here. The Mercedes is quite thirsty, so that's going to play into the strategy for Jamie tonight. 4.2 litres per lap, top speed of 284 kilometres. So just giving you a bit of an idea, we've definitely got a Ferrari in the lobby tonight. So that belongs to Footner and Barters. They might have that speed advantage, and obviously the Audi and the Bentley and the McLarens are sort of at the lower end as well as the Lamborghini. So we'll have to see how that all eventuates. And we will be momentarily seeing that as well. So we're not far away. The practice session is over. The 201.7 by Slambo was the fastest time in the practice session. Slambo has actually taken pole position twice this season. The other 2 times belongs to Vic Chan. So those 2 boys are going to decide who gets the most pole positions for season 5. And we're going to do that over the next 15 minutes. Less than 15 minutes now. So Vic Chan, first driver out there. Who else do we have? Jamie, one of the championship contenders. We're keeping very, very close eye on him tonight. HSV following him in behind. Who else do we have out there? We've got Ty Morgo as well in the Lamborghini. He'll be hoping to finish off his season strongly this evening. Plenty of cars filtering out onto the circuit now. Let's get to a couple more of them. Jambon Sickle, who took us for the hot lap earlier on, so thanks to Jambon for doing that. Sabre Nightclaw as well. He's out there for Selby Acoustics Racing. Someone's done themselves a mischief. That looked like it was JJ Penguin, so not a great start for JJ. Hopefully that's as bad as his night gets. Big Chopper in the Bentley coming up Mountain Straight. So most of the cars have ended up filtering out. Last on the road right now is this man on screen, Eagle Wind. So we'll see what sort of qualifying performance he can put in this evening as they all start to get revved up for this one. Get in the zone, get those tyre temperatures up, tyre pressures up, brakes nice and warm. They've been doing their practice, settling in for a 90-minute enduro around Bathurst to finish off season 5 for Race on Oz for the Pro Division. I think it's going to be Vic Chan. He's got the number 1 on his side, on the side of his car. And he's going to be the first car to set a flying lap around here. So we might just jump on board with him, have a look how he does it. So 2017 was fastest in qualifying in practice. Not too sure if we'll get to those sort of times here in qualifying. We'll find out very, very shortly. Comes through Griffin's Bend. Very solid so far. It's a difficult part of the circuit. One of the very tricky section here, the cutting. Go up through Green Park as well. Spits you out to the left there, so we've seen plenty of cars hit the wall there, as well as when you come through Sulman too. And over the very picturesque rocky skyline. Oh no! And that's Vic Chan. Made a big mistake through there, and he's hit the wall pretty hard, so that's going to upset his qualifying rhythm. And he will go back into the pits. Let's see who else is out there. JJ Penguin. I think he might just be, might not have set it. I might be on a flying lap right now. We'll get to someone awesome. That is a mistake that we don't want to see Vic Chan make. We saw him make a mistake at turn 4 at the Hungaroring a few rounds ago. So very uncharacteristic of him to do that. But he gets a reprieve. It is only qualifying, so he can reset the car, get back at it. Someone awesome. He's going to be setting a time lap on this run. So we'll get to Jamie, who should be the first car around, I would say. His first time for Bruce Hall Racing. What can he do as he comes around Murray's? And that's top of the table right now. Only driver to set the time. Adman will be coming through as well. We've got Stu making his way through. Ty Morgo will come across the line. It's a pretty long lap here. So HSV has gone fastest. Jamie, Footner, Ty Morgo, Stewart, Adman. We're waiting for Slambo. So he already has 2 pole positions next to his name this season. And he's looking good to make it 3 right now and win the battle with him and Vic Chan. It's Jambon, I think. No, he sets the time there. This is Brenticles. He goes P9 with that time, and this will be Eagle, and he'll be one of the last drivers to come across the line and set a time. But a 201.4. So Slambo on it straight away. Here's Eagle getting a little bit wobbly out of Murray's. What about Big Chopper Dog? Can he set a time on this run? I'm not sure. I don't think so. Not at that stage. Here's Jambon. Welcome to some more people in the chat there. I see Sir McSquid. D. Kaki is in there. K-Man wishing everyone good luck for the evening. Barry Dawson congratulating Pat. So did Mr. N. Wilson. Bounty is in there. If you haven't checked it out, go check out the podium. It's got stats galore. I think he's 75% of the way to his goal of whatever the donation goal for Buy Me a Shoey. So get in there and help him out as someone awesome. He goes up into P2. That's a good qualifying result for him. Vic Chan, this will be his first time run. Let's see if Jamie's going to go again. He's currently P4. 1.3 seconds off the pace right now. Let's see if he can improve on that time. Slambo, he's in the pits in pole position. There we go. Jamie does improve significantly on that time. What about his Bruce Hart Racing teammate, Adman, down there in P9? Let's see what he can do. Nothing at this stage. He remains in P9. What about Ty Morgo? Can he improve on his time? Not with that time around here. He'll remain in P8. A few guys in the pits. Just over 8 minutes left in the session. So dudes, this will be his first run. And we'll let him go. What about Sabre Nightcall for Selby Acoustics Racing? He's had a pretty solid season for Selby Acoustics. P12 for him. Renticles, P11. What about Eagle win for P&L? Let's see what he can do for Pagnian next level. Also, Bounty's got pictures of his rig on his thepodium.net webpage. That looks pretty cool. P12, so check it out. Big Chop in the Bentley for ICR. He sets his first time there. Good enough for P14. What about this man, Jambon? He's going to set his first time run as we approach the halfway mark. He goes P13, but right now, on top of the timetable, it is Slambo for Gamesman Racing Team with a 201.4. Jamie, Footner, Someone Awesome, HSV, Stu, Biders, Ty Morgo, Adman, and JJ Penguin moves that Lamborghini up into P5. So a strong qualifying result from him so far. What can Vic Chan do? This will be his first time run. It's pretty good. P2. So him and Slambo battling it out. Only a 10th between them right now as we move into the second half of this qualifying session. This is round 5, season 5. It is the finale. It's 90 minutes of Bathurst. We are going to crown a new drivers champion tonight. We're going to have to wait and see who it is. We're going to go through 90 minutes of Bathurst first. Adman, he moves up into P7. Nice result for him there. Ty Morgo, he moves himself up into P10. So that Lamborghini looking like it's got a little bit of pace right now. We'll see if he goes the early strategy, as we've seen quite regularly this season. So dudes, he puts that ICR Bentley on P13 right now. We have Barters coming around Murray's in the Ferrari. They've certainly got the toe. We saw that in Paul Ricard as well. What about Brenticles? McLaren does lack a little bit of top-end speed around here. He's in there in P12. What about Jamie? He's currently P3. He might be going for a lap right now, so we'll get back to him momentarily. I'm looking for 517. I'm looking for the Big Chop. What's he got for us? Ooh, almost runs a little bit deep there. Through Murray's. Right, so maybe down there in P17 for now. A little bit light on this evening. We've been mostly 20 cars in the lobby every race, but down to 17 tonight. I think there's big storms in New South Wales at the moment, so could have potentially upset a few people's internet connections. Footner, he's in P7 in that Bruce Hart Racing Ferrari. Someone Awesome putting in a good showing right now. He's currently in P4. What about Vic Chan? He improves 2/10 faster than Vic Chan. So these two drivers battling it out for most pole positions in Season 5. Right now, it's advantage 1, Vic Chan. We've got less than 5 minutes to decide it. And it looks like Slambo and Vic Chan are going to... one of them's going to get an early victory in this one. Perhaps a psychological advantage. Perhaps neither of them know that they're tied. We'll have to wait and find out after the race. Ty Morgo, P7. So that Lamborghini looking very racy right now for Pagdian next level. This man here, HSV, he was the pointy end of the timetables earlier on. He's down in P9. He had the unfortunate disconnection in Paul Ricard, robbing him of a podium in race 2 of the sprint race. Let's see if he can get himself a podium position in round 5 here. First he needs to qualify. He needs to get a little bit higher than P9. I think he'd want to be higher than that anyway. He goes P7, so that's not a bad start. Progress is good. Jamie, he doesn't improve on his time, so he remains on the second row of the grid in P3. JJ Penguin making his way through the chase. Not a part of the original circuit, so it was actually brought in as safety upgrades. Slow the cars down a little bit. 1987 that came in. P9, JJ Penguin still remains down there. As we're into the closing minutes now of this season, of this round 5 qualifying session, what can Slambo do? It's the battle for the pole position award. Who can get the most pole positions right now? It's 2-all to Vic Chan and Slambo. Slambo 2/10 behind Vic Chan. Let's see what he can do with that Gamesman Racing Team Bentley. Nice and smooth through Murray's, and he doesn't improve. Vic Chan is coming just out of the chase now. Go under the bridge and down the hill. He's 2/10 up on Slambo. Can he just stretch that mark a little bit more? Not at this stage. Got 2.5 minutes left, so he might have one more lap after this one, depending if he wants to go for it. Ty Morgo, he'll begin one of his final runs down there in P8. What about his teammate, Eagle Wind, in the Lamborghini as well? He's down there in P16, 2.5 seconds off the pace right now. Let's see what that yellow and black Lamborghini's got in it as he approaches Murray's down the hill, staying off that curb. And P16 is where he will remain for now. Adman, P6 is where he will remain. Jamie, one of our championship protagonists, currently P3, 4/10 behind pole position. Doesn't improve that time around, so he'll have one more lap to get it done. Big Chopper Dog, this will be his final lap as well. Look for Footner, so the rookie of Pro after dominating Pro-Am last season. Hasn't necessarily had things the exact same way, but that just shows there is a pretty big difference between Pro and Pro-Am. But I feel the second half of the season really started to find his own rhythm, get used to that Ferrari from the Bentley last season, and has really started to come into his own. So we'll see if a win is on the cards, his first Pro win in this season in the Ferrari. We'll have to wait and see. In the meantime, Bruce coming along the line in the Honda there. Doesn't set a time as yet. What about Slambo? Can he do it? No, he can't. So this will be his final lap to try and snag pole position, the most pole positions for the season. Here's Vic Chan. 2/10 is the gap, and he doesn't open that up, so he'll have one more lap as well. So it's going to be the shootout between Slambo and Vic Chan for the most pole positions of the season. In the meantime, Eagle Wind coming down the 1.9 kilometre Conrod Straight, topping out at speeds close to 300 kilometres, braking hard down through the gears through the chase. Perfect conditions as well. So 27 degrees air temperature. Track is 32. It's optimum. Time's gone 000. So this is Eaglewin's last chance. He's going to start from P13. What about HSV? What can he do? Goes P4. Good result for him. He's on the second row of the grid right now. He's with Jamie. Jamie doesn't improve. So that's it for him. Just waiting for Slambo. Slambo's out as well. So it looks like it is going to be Vic Chan. It will take out the most pole positions for Season 5 as Jambon Sickle. He goes P12. What about Big Chop? What can he do? He's coming into the pits. And is this man here, is he still pushing? He is. He's going for it. So he was up on his best time. Coming around Forest Elbow now. Oh, almost scrapes the wall there. Now, making his way down Conrad. Absolutely flying in that Audi. Iconic sight. Cars coming down this straight. Just leaves it out to the left a little bit. You want to brake between sort of the 100, 150 metre mark. About 125 metres is usually optimal braking through there. Using a little bit of the curb on the exit. Still pushing all the way to the end. It's 2/10 is the gap between him and Slambo. He's won the pole position award for this season. And he goes 3/10 faster. So a half a second gap between him and Slambo. So congratulations to Vic Chan. He takes out his third pole position for the season, and that's one more than Slambo. So congratulations to him. Jamie, he comes home in P3. Slambo in P2. HSV, great result for him on the second row of the grid. Then in P5, you've got Bathurst. Someone Awesome. That is a great result for him. P6, so well done to Someone Awesome. Footner, I think you'd be pretty happy with that in P7. Adman, another strong result, what we've come accustomed to seeing him do week in, week out. Ty Morgo down there in P9. JJ Penguin, he's going to start from the 5th row of the grid in P10. Stewart will be nice and close behind him in P11. Jambon Sickle, our hot lap of the week. He's going to start down there in P12. Then in P13 is going to be Brenchicles and that McLaren. Eagle Wind in the P&L Lamborghini in P14. Sadudes, he will be starting there in P15. Sabre Nightclaw, he is going to start there in P16. The Big Chopper Dog, he's going to start P17 and P17, and Bruce is going to start P18 in the Honda. So that is our grid for round 5, the finale of season 5. It's the 90-minute enduro. The grid is set, and it's Vic Chan for ICR leading them away. Slambo for Gamesman Racing Team. Jamie in there for Bruce Hull Racing, and another Ignition Control Racing driver, HSV. So 1 and 4. Those boys will be looking to get a strong result. The Teams Championship still up for grabs as we're on the grid. T-minus 2 minutes. And we will be getting this race underway. I think it's going to start early morning as well from, if my memory serves me correctly. So it's going to be good as we see the day progress. Maybe just a bit of housekeeping as well. Well, not so much housekeeping, just I guess a little plug for the league. Yeah, we have the Pan Am race this week. So it was the full Pan Am racing. Just those guys. It was after the interleague battle last week, which was a lot of fun. Got some good views as well on the YouTube channel, on the ACC. Productions, Ruse ACC Productions YouTube channel. So yeah, don't forget to check him out. Obviously, a little bit lower numbers this time around, with obviously a lot of Australians watching Bathurst as well. So JJ Penguin even decided to watch a bit of Bathurst while he was commentating with me. So multitasking. Who said men can't do two things at once? But yeah, don't forget to check that out. The PC League last night as well. I caught some of that. think Morningstar Mike had a pretty big crash at Eau Rouge. So it's exciting stuff. So JJ holding it down there, as well as the Bear Cup, I think, is underway. The Honda Cup, Team Little Bear, absolutely in his element. So plenty of action to keep you occupied on the ACC Productions Brews YouTube channel. So feel free to check it out as we focus now on the grid. Lots of cars with their lights on. They make their way for the warm-up lap. And we're going to get this thing underway. So it was Vic Chern who took out pole position, his third of the season. What's happened to Slambo? He's going to have to make his way back up through the grid here. Maybe just had a little bit of difficulty getting off the line. They head up down the straight. Jamie's in there. There he is. There's Slambo. So, alright, so he must have just had a little bit of a mishap off the line there, but he's good. He's good to go. Everyone's away. All 18. They make their way up the mountain. Fortunate enough to go to Bathurst 2017. Always like a wet Bathurst when you're watching it on TV. When you're there though, not so fun. But it was a good experience nonetheless. I think it was Richards took it home that year. The money wasn't on him though, that's for sure. It was on Craig Lowndes and whatever he was racing with that year. They won it the next year, so it was a year ahead. Anyway. Alright. Going to get some very nice shots here as well, with the sun coming up. They make their way across the mountain, so there might be a pretty healthy dose of helicopter cam, especially as they're coming down through the S's and the dipper as well. Sun can get in their eyes. It's going to be 90 minutes, so majority of these guys would have worked today. Some have physical jobs where you're going to be out and about and sort of labour activities and whatnot. So that fatigue might come into it later in the race, all 90 minutes of it, as we push almost 9 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Daylight Savings Time. So obviously our West Coast members got a little bit better. But yeah, it'll be a little bit later for those boys. So what is Slambo doing? There he goes. Alright, he's in there. Here we go. So they're gridding up, getting ready to go. Lyle Patterson cheering on Slambo right now. Riggsy giving a well-deserved congratulations to Vic Chan, our pole position winner. As they make their way to the final turn. We'll wait for the race initialization message. And then we're going to do 90 minutes of Bathurst to decide Season 5. Here we go. They're about to hit the line.
Green light, give it all you can.
Let's go racing. 90 minutes of Bathurst has begun. Vic Chan looks like he got a pretty good start there. Everyone making their way through Hell Corner. No major incidents through there. And everyone is away as they make their way up Mountain Straight for the first time tonight. It's Vic Chan leading Slambo. There was someone in the pits. That might have been Sadudes just coming out of the pits there. But Vic Chan's going to be leading them. HSV going door to door with Jamie there. That was through Griffin's Bend. So they make their way up towards the cutting. And HSV manages to get Jamie. So he makes a move already. This is all about the championship this evening. They're going up, making their way up the mountain. Up through Silverman Park now. So it's Vic Chan leading it from Slambo. Looks like everyone's managed to get away. Lukey might have had an issue. He came out of the pits at the beginning. Not too sure what happened there. But all cars facing around the right way. They go down through the S's, down through the dipper for the first time. Vic already pulling a little bit of a gap. It was a half a second gap between him and Slambo for pole position. Go through Forest Elbow. Slambo giving chase. It's been a pretty subdued start so far. No issues, everyone on their best behaviour. These boys down in P11 and 12. Someone awesome into the line of the rear wing, and Jamie, that Mercedes, as they come up to the chase. So Jamie already lost a spot to HSV. He's now coming under attack from the Selby Acoustics Racing Bentley. Someone awesome. He's already moved up one spot from P6. And Gary Windsor wants us to release the echidna. I like it, Gary. Not too sure if they've got the DLC for that one sorted out yet. But there it is. Vic Chan leading from Slambo, leading from HSV. It's a little bit of a gap between HSV and Jamie, and then Someone Awesome giving chase to him. And Big Shot, he's making his first pit stop. Not too sure if that was scheduled or not. But he's come in on lap 1. But a pretty good start from everyone. Very well behaved. We've seen a few first lap incidents this season a couple of times. Footner, he's making his first stop as well. So 2 cars pitting early on, lap 1. And it looks like Vic just pulled a little bit of a gap already. Almost a second between him and Slambo. The field just starting to string out a little bit. This is where with Bruce right now, he's following Brenticles. Down through the S's. He's in P13. But yeah, Vic, less than a second. Building a gap nicely. There it goes, it's 2 tenths more now over Slambo. Vic's got his game face on tonight. Let's see what Bruce can do. We know that Honda has the top end. Significantly more than the McLaren as well, and you can already see that a little bit here. It's a pretty steady run there, out of the chase. Flames belching from the behind of that McLaren. What's happened to Cameron Footner there? He's in the chat. Oh, Bruce having a look through Hell Corner. Just pulls out of it. Thinks better of it. Yeah, Footner. Oh, so he's had damage, obviously. 2 minutes and 28 seconds worth of damage. Oh boy, look at that. That is not in a healthy way. Maybe Big Chopper Dog has suffered the same fate as well. So Cameron Footner looks like he's come undone somewhere across the across this 6.2 kilometre circuit. He's going to be in the pits for a significant amount of time. It is 90 minutes, so don't just count him out just yet. If you're going to have that sort of accident, you want to have it at the beginning of the race, not at the end of the race. So we're looking at Stu. He's giving chase to the Lamborghini, JJ Penguin. He's in 9th position for Gamesman Racing Team. Stu having another solid season. Chasing him over down through the S's. Making their way through the dipper. Iconic shot there for Australian Motorsport. Oh, he got caught out at McPhillamy. Well, we did see Vic go wrong. That was more Skyline, but Craig Lowndes got it all wrong through there very early on in his career. So no shame in that, Cameron Footner. Hopefully he can get back going. Oh, here we go. Bounty's got the live points going. How good is that? So I'll get to that in a moment. What about Bruce? Can he get that Honda past the McLaren this time around? And Brenticles down Conrod? No, he can't. Oh, Brenticles runs a little bit deep there at the chase though. And that opens up the door for Bruce. He's able to walk straight through. So nice work from Bruce in the Honda for Games and Racing Team. He takes that position away from Brenticles. moves himself up into P12. Stu has made a little bit more ground now on JJ. As they come through Hell Corner, they're going to make their way up Mountain Straight. Bounty is he's dobbed himself in here because he needs to do that for the rest of the race. He's got another 83 minutes to keep us informed of the championship battle right now as it sits. It's Jamie on 194 points, Vic on 193, and Slambo on 189. All obviously unverified. We have to wait for any post-race protests and whatnot, and there's still a long way to go on this one. But massive shout out to Bounty. Thank you so much for doing that. Hopefully he can keep it up throughout the evening. We'll have a good idea of a championship picture once this one's done. Go buy him a shoey for that. Go to his website and buy him a shoey. Alright, so this is Stu. He's just working on the back of that Lamborghini of JJ. Pretty much the two closest cars out on the circuit. Right now it's Slambo. He's 1.6 seconds behind Vic Chan, so Vic just starting to pull a bit more of a gap there. We're right on board with Stu. Lamborghini and Bentley weren't too far apart in terms of top line speed. Obviously it's going to be determined a bit by how much fuel they're carrying as well. They make their way down. Conrad just leading the car out to the left a little bit there. Oh, nice late braking from Stu there. Making up a lot of ground under brakes there too on JJ. Left it super late. That's about 110 metres. Just hitting those braking points to perfection right now. JJ running a little bit wide through Murray's, but that's not too bad through there. So go through Hell Corner one more time. Let's see who else is out there. Here we go. Ty Morgo now. He's 4/10 behind Adman. There it is. There's the battle on screen here. Come up through Griffin's Bend. Well, that is a good question, Haggis. What happens if it's a tie? That is a question not for me, but for someone much more involved than I am. That would be good, though. We'll have to wait and see. Shout out to Haggis as well. He took race victory last week. His first race victory in Ruse. So well done to him. We'll see if he can make it 2 in a row next week. As we focus on these boys. So Ty Morgo just falling a little bit further back now from Adman. He's just opened up another 4/10 on him. JJ might just be pushing him a little bit here now. Lamborghini on Lamborghini. See what the top end speeds are like through here. Metal Steel, very pragmatic, split the cup in half. I like it. We are racing for physical cups this year, physical trophies. Andrali was good enough to source a trophy from the company's name actually escapes me for now. Maybe someone can put it in the chat, give him a plug. Look at this, Stu right behind JJ now. Having a look. Just letting him know he's there. 2 experienced campaigners. Something like Beyond Trophies. Something like that, I think it's called. From memory. Stu. Sticking with JJ. We saw Barters there as well. He was 6/10 behind. Someone awesome, and the gap out in front, 2 seconds now between Vic Chan and Slambo. So Vic right in it. He's definitely got the pace. And look at HSV, 1.7 seconds behind him. Jamie 1.9. So obviously fuel loads will play a part in it tonight. It's still just 2 stops, but it is an extra 30 minutes. So a 90-minute enduro. There's going to be tyre changes as well. There you go, Beyond Trophies. There's company. Jambon Sickle, he's making a pit stop. We've already gone, nearly gone 15 minutes already, so race just plodding along nicely. Everyone on their best behaviour tonight, so good to see. Track temperature 22 degrees, it's optimum. Air temperature is 22, and look at that. The sun just starting to peek its way through. Gonna warm up this track even more. Still Stewie's just lost a bit of ground to JJ across the top of the mountain there. JJ looks like he might have made up a little bit of ground on Ty Morgo as he gives chase to him down Conrod. He's starting to climb all over the back of that Lamborghini. Picks up a little bit of dirt there. Might have been him or Radman in the Bentley. There's a 2:03.9 from JJ then. Do a quick scan down. Bruise, there we go. See him in the background. All over the back. That Lamborghini of Eagle Wind. As they go up Mountain Straight. You know, he's got the toe in the Honda. He's got to send it up the inside. Can he pull it up in time? Yes, he can. Stays away from the curb as well. Nice move by Bruce. So he moves that Gamesman Racing Team Honda up into P11. He goes on with it through the cutting. Nice work, Bruce. Looking solid. He started down in P18. He's already moved himself up into P11, so he gained 7 spots very early on in this one. He's looking good right now. There's the sun starting to peek through a little bit more. The sun might come into play a little bit for a part of this race. It starts to come up into the driver's eyes. We can see through the shot there. So some of the drivers will be seen very, very shortly. 2.2 seconds now, the gap between Slambo and Vic Chan. JJ again, having a look. Just inching ever closer to the Lamborghini in front of him with Ty Morgo. Ty started in P9. Oh, JJ. Very, very late on the brakes. Makes up a ton of ground on Ty. Might get a good enough run here to go up the inside at Murray's. Oh, so close there. Just looking to make some moves here. Last lap with a 2:04.9. His best lap to 2:03.8. So continue his race up the mountain straight. 1.1 kilometres of it. Seen Little Bear. This track is the Honda's jam. So far, it certainly is the case right now. Ooh, Ty. That's a risky move getting up on the curb there, on the inside curb at Griffin's. JJ following through the cutting. Cutting is actually named after they actually had to cut into the actual side of the mountain for the road to go through there. So cutting is pretty much the most pragmatic name that you can use for it, the cutting. Into the side of the road, so a little tidbit. Here we go, and that sun starting to peek through. Ever more, another couple of laps will be in full view shortly. Just wind their way, snaking down the mountain into Forest. It's a good place to watch the racing as well, through there. Down Conrod Straight. So looks like Ty's just been able to maintain a bit of a gap now to JJ. Did make up a lot of ground under brakes last time through the chase. So we'll see if that's the same this time around. Not looking likely at this stage though. No. So tight. Just keeping the Gamesman Racing Team driver behind him. And Vic is doing the exact same thing out in front. He's 2.5 seconds ahead of Slambo. HSV's 4 seconds behind him. Jamie's 1.6 seconds behind HSV. So this is a fantastic finish to the season for HSV. And that Honda looks like it's got a little bit of damage on the front end of it there. So Bruce might have come into contact with something or someone. Very easy to do around here. This track does bite, and it bites pretty hard as well. This is a nice little group of cars starting to form here between Adman, Ty Morgo, JJ Penguin, and the car on screen. That's Stewart. JJ might just fancy himself a chance here as they go across the top of the mountain, see if he can get a good run out of Forest. Bit of banter in the chat there. It's Riggsy and Gary Windsor. Riggsy offering to sell a Lexus next week. That's definitely got the top end speed. Hey, look at JJ go here. Close enough. I reckon he'll be eyeing him up though. Down Conrad. Plenty of time to do it along there. 1.9 kilometres. Fully stretch out the car's legs. Let's go on board and have a look. See if you can get any close to him. Just doesn't have it, does he? Just can't quite get close enough. So Ty doing a good job keeping JJ behind him right now. They'll continue their battle. They're down in P9 and P10. Sorry, P8 and P9. Stu's in P10. 2.8 seconds now the gap between Vic Chan and Slambo. We've gone almost 20 minutes in this one. This is Season 5, Round 5, the final race of the season. This championship is going down to the wire for the drivers, the teams. That will be decided next week after the Pro-Am boys. And these three have been together for almost all 20 minutes of this one. Looks like we've lost Big Chop. Sitting in the pits for a significant amount of time now. And the rest of the field relatively strung out. So 20-minute mark, it's Vic Chan leading it from Slambo. HSV in P3. I'll get back to that in a moment. I'll cut myself off. Let's just see if what JJ can do through here. So they go through Stillman. Rocky Skyline, look at the sun coming up there. It didn't cause too many dramas. It is 7:30 local time. Throwing it through the dipper. It's amazing how much speed you can get through just these two corners here as you approach Forest Elbow. This time around. Still not quite close enough. No, it's not going to do it this time. Alright, well, you will have to go again. Oh, here we go. So Jamie and HSV, the gap now less than a second between those two. So it was almost 2 seconds, or about 1.7. So it looks like maybe HSV just had a little bit of a mistake as we see someone awesome. He makes his way into the pits. So Jamie in it for the championship right now. HSV has done a stellar job so far. Started P4, swapped positions with this man very early on, and that's the way it stayed. I agree, Bounty. Ty Morgo is doing a fantastic job. Oh, HSV makes another little mistake there. Just hits the wall on the entry of the cutting. So maybe he's starting to feel the pressure of that Bruce Howell Racing Mercedes behind him. As we ride on board with Jamie now. They make their way across the top of the mountain. So yeah, maybe HSV just losing a little bit of concentration there. Car looks a bit cumbersome through there, a little bit lackadaisical. There we go, so Mercedes versus Mercedes, so no major speed advantage. So go down Conrod, over the hill. Looks like HSV's just managed to recompose himself a bit here. Still, he will need to be giving everything he has, keep his concentration levels as high as possible. And he's going to go into the pits. Alright, so HSV making the strategy call. Maybe he suffered maybe a little bit of damage there as well, possibly. And he's speculating at this stage. And he'll make his pit stop, and that would be Jamie. Up into P3. Here's these boys again, resuming hostilities. Ty Morgo, JJ Penguin, and Stu. Stu doing a good job sticking with these guys. HSV still in the pits. Keep an eye on that as we go. Adman just nice and solid up there in P6. Started in P8, so he's made some good progress. AM1 commentator with Jamie, of course, as well. Check him out if you haven't done so. And here comes HSV. So he'll come out behind Sabre Nightclaw, which will be P13, just in front of Someone Awesome, who also has made a stop as well. In the meantime, the gap out in front, 3.2 seconds now to Vic Chan. Lambo just losing a little bit by a little bit by a little bit, and Vic really putting his making his mark on this one as we approach the first 30 minutes. This is a track that does demand all of your concentration as well. Not much reprieve across the top of the mountain. Can reset a little bit there down the Conrod Straight as they're approaching that right now. You often see there's a lot of shots of guys just driving with one arm down here as well, just having a little rest. So it is a good opportunity just to rest and reset. Don't get a long rest though, because you've got the chase just absolutely rocketing at you. Doing nearly 280 clicks. Oh, a little bit of upset the car a little bit there, JJ, on the entry of the chase, and he's going to make a pit stop. Alright, that is on lap 11. And we definitely haven't seen a collective kind of strategy. You know, we often see guys who we get sort of big groups of cars coming in, but it's been pretty sporadic so far. Haven't seen any one kind of consensus as of yet. Here's Ty Morgo. So he'll be glad to see JJ make that stop. He can just concentrate fully on chasing down the Bruce Howell Racing Bentley of Adman in front of him. So these two guys are in P5 and P6. JJ Penguin has made his stop. He's in and out. So that looked like it was relatively short. 3.3 seconds the gap now between Slambo and Vic Chan. Might jump on board with Vic Chan shortly. We'll go for a lap with him in a few moments. We'll let him get towards the end of this one, and then try and get a good illustration of why exactly that gap is 3.3 seconds at this stage of the race. In the meantime, though, we'll continue to watch this man, Ty Morgo. He's put in a fantastic effort so far this evening. P90 started. He has that Pagny Next Level Racing Lamborghini up there in P6. All right, here we go. Let's watch Vic Chan do his thing. Wow, I hope you all enjoyed that. How good did that thing look going through McPhillamy and then over the top of the mountain there? That was sensational lap by Vic Chan. 3/10 off his best time, but he's 4.2 seconds the gap now over him and Slambo. And then we're back to Ty Morgo. He's right up behind the rear wing of Adman in the Bruce Hale Racing Bentley. Making good ground so far in this one. Up there in P6. Go through Hull Corner. Yeah, that lap of Vic, very, very tidy indeed. Mitchell Weston just making comment on that he thinks this might be Vic's favourite track. They've been fuel saving as well by shifting into 6, so wait to see how that plays out. And Metal Steel just pointing out that we've lost one. So we're down to 17 from 18. See, I'll try and figure that out in a moment. I'll stick with these two guys though, Ty Morgo and Adman. There's Stu in the background. So JJ Penguin was part of this trio. Oh no, he's hit the wall. Is that... Oh. Gotta say, that was just up through, I think through Sulman. Stopped a lot of his momentum right now. We'll have to see how that car is handling after that. It's a bit of a glancing blow. Didn't look too bad. But he's been on a charge tyre, so that'd be really disappointing at the 30-minute mark of this one. And he made that little mistake. See if we can have a look at the onboard and if there's any... steering wheel is looking not too bad. It's alright. Touching on 282 kilometres down Conrod. Alright, you'll have to just reset. You can't really see any marking there as well, so you should be alright. I think he might have got away with one there. I think it was who we've lost. Bruce, Big Chopper's still in the pits. Just trying to figure it out who it might be. It might be. No. I'll get back to you on that one. I think it might be Jambon Sickle we've lost. I think we might have lost Jambon. Can't see him on there. Yeah, I think we've lost Jambon Sickle. So not too sure what happened to him. Might have had a disconnection issue. But yeah, we've definitely lost one. I think it was Jambon Sickle we've lost. So unfortunately for him, he will no longer take any part in this one. Mitchell Weston saying 4 kilometres faster than Vic. Yeah, that was Ty Morgan, I think, we were on board with there. There we go. Eagle-eyed spotter. How'd you go last night, Wheezy? I watched a bit of your race in the PC League at Spa. Then P5 when I had to turn it off. You were making up some ground, but time might have run out. Let us know how you went. All right, here we go. So let's do a quick little recap here of the race. So we've gone 33 minutes. So it's Vic Chan leading out in front from Slambo. Very healthy lead of almost 4 seconds between him and Slambo. Jamie in P3. So the top 3 in the championship are the top 3 on the road right now. Barter's in P4 in that Ferrari. Adman in P5. We can see him getting chased down right now by the man on screen, Ty Morgo, for P&L in P6 in that Lamborghini. P7 is Stu just behind. He's still got his lights on in that Bentley. Bruce in the Honda has worked himself up nicely into P8. P9 is another P&L runner of Eagle Wind. And then we've got P10 in the McLaren of Brenticles. That is pretty much a race update right here. As we see Bruce, he is about to make his first pit stop on lap 16 of this one. And then, so in terms of pit stops, it is Bruce will be making his first right now. HSV with another stop. Someone Awesome, JJ Penguin, Saber Nightclaw, and Footner after losing it McPhillamy and getting over 2 minutes worth of damage. He is down there in P16 after. Oh, what? Oh no! That sucks. That was going good as well. All right. Oh man, I don't know what we're going to do here. All right, just bear with us, everyone. Obviously, a disconnect issue there. All right, just let me see what's happening and see if we can get this going again. So, yeah, that was really starting to get really good too. That was a lot of fun. All right, we'll have to just see what's happening here. We had about just over 55 minutes to go. Cameron Footner, I had no influence on that. I wouldn't think that you would do that, Cameron. You'd have to have some pretty bloody special powers to do that as well. Alright, I'll just wait for word to come through on what we're doing. I don't know if we're going to restart all 90 minutes. That might be... I can't see a lobby in there right now. Just trying to get word on what's happening right here. John Foster, safety car. I don't think I've ever seen a safety car in this one. Yeah, good question, Bruce. Now what? Just trying to work that out. Just trying to see. As soon as I find out, I will let you know. for word to filter through. But in the meantime, that was looking good too. Should be a restart with whatever time was remaining. I agree. I think that's a pretty logical suggestion, K-Man. I think there was about 50 odd minutes left of that one too. So it would essentially just be like a normal 60-minute race. Bruce wants a 45-minute sprint. Let's see if there's a lobby created yet. Oops, hang on. Have a quick look for it. Don't see anything. Happens with pit stops? All very, very good questions. Brilliant, good questions. Yeah, I'd say it would be a restart with whatever positions you're in. I'm just trying to set for a server right now. I can't find anything at this stage, so just sit tight, everyone. I'll try and do my best to work it out. Good time to rip out the dad jokes again. No, I don't see anything. Alright. Yeah, server is not up right now, so having some major disconnection issues here. No, nothing found as yet. Alright. Just sit tight, everyone. We'll see if we can get this back up and running. Yeah, so JJ saying all of the servers have dropped out. This has never happened during an event. Okay. Yeah. Alright, working on it, everyone. Of just trying to find out. Alright, just got to wait for the servers to come back. They've all dropped out. JJ saying this has never happened before. So, unprecedented. It's still not back yet either. Alright. Oh, that race was just starting to get in a really good rhythm as well. It was starting to just starting to come along very nicely. Alright. So, I think we just have to wait, everyone, for the servers to come back. And once they're back, we should be good to go. Right now, there are no servers. So, not a lot I can do at this stage. You might just have to entertain yourselves for a little bit. Okay, so John Foster giving us a bit of a insight into what we should maybe do. Just got to get back into a server though. That's the biggest thing right now. Can't seem to see one up at this stage, and still nothing there either. So start again tomorrow, Haggis. 90 minutes, you reckon? I've got things I've got to do tomorrow night, Hagman. Alright, I'm just waiting. I'm gonna have to wait with the rest of you guys right now. I don't have any special. Oh, okay. Here we go. So give it 15 minutes, and it will be restarted in the positions we're in when the DSC occurred. One pit stop left. The people that hadn't pitted get free pit stop like a virtual safety car. Bruise, I had internet issues. Took all quality to fix. Okay. Oh, this is good news for Footner. He gets his lead lap back. Yeah, so Metal Steel is on it. JJ just said that give it 15 minutes. Then it'll be restarted the positions we were in when the disconnection occurred. One pit stop left. And then the people who hadn't pitted get a free pit stop, just like a virtual safety car. So, good job, Metal Steel, keeping everyone up to date there. Yeah, some people are going to lose out a little bit with this ruling, but can't please everyone. Not everyone's, can't get it all done for everyone. All right. Well, in that case, then. I don't think you want to hear me talk for 15 minutes. Headman just suggesting there might be a better way regarding the pit stops. So those boys are going to bounty with a good one there. Wow, all the service just disappeared. That's not good. Oh, here we go. I see movement at the station. Servers are up at least. That's good. Don't see any drivers in there yet. Might as well go have a quick look. Alright, at least looks like servers are back. And by the looks of it, it's going to be a restart of the race. Make it a 60-minute race, according to the Discord chat.
Green light, go, go, go.
Alright, some discussion going on right now in regards to pit stops and starting positions and whatnot. Looking like we're just going to do the 60 minutes though. Servers are back, so that's the good news. Just have to. Here we go. Alright, so we just have to wait for the servers to they're back up, everyone to get back in there, get it sorted out, and then we'll be back underway. Looks like Sabre won't be able to join us though. It's too late for him. Tell you who's pretty keen right now. Cameron Footner, he's in the lobby. He's certainly keen to get going. Alright. Talks of a 60-minute race and a one stopper, potentially. Yeah, this is definitely a fly in the ointment right now. Alright, we've got two guys in there. Just see. Alright. Alright, well it's being discussed. I'm laughing at that Bounty joke. Bounty was pretty good on the dad jokes last time. Yeah, this is going to be interesting to see what happens. Lots of conversation happening. Not a lot of action right now, but as soon as we get going, I'll definitely let you know. So sit tight. Alright, still no word yet on what exactly is happening. Servers are back though. Bounty just giving us the stats update on the championship. And it's looking like Jamie 195 points, Vic on 193, and Slambo on 189. So that's how it stood at the disconnection. Yeah, so no word yet from JJ. We'll have to wait for that. That'll be the official word. But right now, servers are up. We're just working. It's just waiting for instruction from there right now. Oh, here we go. Alright, here we go. So, race time. In race time will be 8 a.m. Multiplier is the same. 56 minutes left. In-game temp was 26 degrees when the disconnection occurred. The restarted temp will be similar. Start temp was 21. Temp has gone up 5 degrees in 3 hours of in-game time. It will continue at that rate. 1 degree increase in temperature equals 0.1 psi. Stu Car is asking if we're continuing tonight. And we're waiting on that answer. But that's the situation at the moment. Let's look, it's going to be a 56-minute race once we get restarted at this stage. That's what was that was the remaining time left. And JJ says restart the race in the position you were in when the disconnection occurred. That would mean the least disruption to the standings from when the disconnection occurred. And yes, we are continuing tonight. So there we go. We are going to continue. Look at Metal Steel. He's all over it. What a good comms man. So there's the message. We are going to continue tonight. We're going to get this thing back underway. We're going to get this thing started one more time. And the race will be run. So just to reiterate there, as Metal Steel was talking about, the restart the position that you were in when the disconnection occurred. That would mean the least disruption to the championship standings. The instructions were race time will be 8 a.m. Multiplier will be the same. 56 minutes left. The in-game temperature was 26 degrees when the disconnection occurred. Restarted temp will be similar. Start temp was 21 and it's gone up 5 degrees in the 3 hours of in-game time. It will continue at that rate. So Adman just had a question around tyre temperatures and pressures, just with the restart. So we will be going again. So just sit tight, everyone. Hopefully it can get organised quickly, and we'll be back underway. It's going to be a 56-minute race. And that means that it is 9:49 Eastern Standard Time right now. And that means I'm going to be very, very tired tomorrow morning. Single file restart like a safety car. Field must bunch up and travel at 70 from the last turn. Go at the green light as well. So they're the instructions coming from JJ right now. Here we go. Look at Metal Steel all over it. Great job, Metal Steel, in the chat. Let's see if we can get this, if the server's been set yet. Not looking like it right now. Alright, shouldn't be too far away. So JJ is going to restart the server in a moment. And Vic Chan is the only person that can enter. Vic, can you announce in here when you have entered the server? Alright, and then Bounty just helping out with the standings there. A second before the disconnect. And just to give you an update there, it was Vic Chan, P1, Slambo, Jamie, Barters and Adman. That was your top 5. Ty Morgo in 6th. Stew Car, Brews, Eagle Wind, and Brenticles. So that was the top 10. HSV, Someone Awesome, JJ, Sadudes, Saber Nightclaw, Footnut, and Big Chopper Dog. But Big Chopper Dog had essentially pretty much retired. And I think Saber Nightclaw may not be able to go on again because it's too late for him. So the time difference might be obviously in New Zealand, so which is understandable to be almost midnight over there. So that's fair enough. Alright, JJ is in the midst of resetting these servers, so hopefully I'd say a rough estimate, probably within the next 10 minutes I reckon we'll probably be underway, hopefully. But that is the situation, so we will restart this evening. You can see it all in the chat. Drivers will start the race in the position they were in when the disconnection occurred. This is obviously the causes the least disruption to the championship standings. So it's going to be single file restart, just like a safety car there. Field needs to bunch up, travel at 70 kilometers from the last turn, and once the server's restarted, Vic Chan's going to go in there and just scout it out and let us know how it all is. If he gives us the green light, then gives us the thumbs up, we'll get this thing back underway. But it's looking like it's going to be a 56 minute sprint race essentially to finish this out. There's 9 drivers in there now. Oh yeah, here we go. Okay, so this is looking pretty good right now.
Green light, go, go, go.
Okay, so we are back by the looks of things. All right, pit requirement. That is a good question. 1 pit stop remaining, John Foster. So the remaining time will be the race distance. So it's going to be a 56-minute race. You'll be starting in the positions you were in when the disconnection occurred. It'll be 1 stop remaining, and the in-game conditions will be as they were when the disconnection occurred. So that's pretty much just summarising everything that Metal Steel has been putting in the chat there. So we're going to go a 56-minute race, I do believe. 55 or 56. And we're back here. There you go. So you can see exactly what is happening. They're live pictures right now. And we're less than 2 minutes from getting back underway. And just to give you an idea, everyone, on who was where. Vic Chan was P1, Slambo, Jamie, Barters and Adman. That was your top 5. Ty Morgo, Stew, Brews, Eaglewind and Brenticles. That was your top 10. HSV, Someone Awesome, JJ 13th, Sadudes 14th, 15th to Saber Nightclaw, Footnut and Big Chopper Dog. Tyres, fuel or both? Well, I think it's it's optional. It would remain the same. I would assume that fuel is mandatory, but tyres are optional at this stage. That is the standard. That's the standard rules. Footner saying he's going to be flying blind with fuel and pressures. Could be interesting, but he's a big winner in all of this because he gets to get back on the lead lap. He will start though. He'll start 16th, so looks like someone awesome is getting out there to go have a quick look at the conditions. Yeah, fuel only Gary Windsor, I would also assume there too. So CKJ33, how do we manage position order with some having pit already? So it was it's been reset to one pit stop. So everyone will need to make at least one pit stop. And that will be the same rules and regulations around optional tyres, fuel mandatory. And everyone will start from the positions that they were in when the disconnection occurred. Yeah, so obviously there are some winners and losers in all of this. That's a case of it is what it is, and that's just like real racing. You know, some people take out a little bit more advantage than others. But given the circumstances, and then JJ just reiterating here that the official rule around disconnections. I'll quickly read that out as we're getting underway shortly. If a server disconnects during a practice or qualifying session, it will be restarted with the remaining time. If a server disconnects during a race, it will be restarted with the remaining race time. Restart positions will be set as they were prior to the disconnection, regardless of who completed pit stops. Pit stop requirements will be set to 1 if longer than half distance. No pit stop is required if less than half the race distance remains. If a driver disconnects during practice or qualifying, they can re-enter. Blah, blah, blah. There you go. So this has been the rule all season, and this is the actual ruling that's in writing that's been in has been in all the driver briefings as well. So it's not being made up on the fly. This is being run by the book, and yeah, obviously not everyone always gets what they want out of it, and sometimes there are winners and losers, but I think the main thing is that we are about to go racing again. And yeah, we're going to see 56 minutes, and I think this is probably about as even playing field as you can get in this circumstance. So Cameron Footner is certainly a big winner right now. Bruce was in the pits as well when alright. Well, at least we kind of know exactly what's happening. And alright. You know what's better that it happens right there and then, rather than when we get 5 minutes into the restart. So 56 minutes. I should probably. Alright. Yeah, Daz, that's a good point.
Green light. Give it all you got.
I think the main thing is though that we are doing it by the rules, and that it isn't something that is being made up on the fly. So I think that is the main thing. That these things have been thought about prior to these situations arising, and that we do have contingency plans in place. So obviously that disconnection is going to set us back another 5 minutes as everyone filters back into the lobby. So you're not missing out on anything. It's just cars in the pits right now. We're going to listen to the dulcet tones of these guys in the pits when they talk about from Madrid to wherever, the race distance of 1,000 kilometres and whatnot. And then hopefully we can get this thing going again. Who did make the gods unhappy? I'm not too sure, John Foster, but whoever did it, it's not nice. Let's see what we can do. So 3.5 minutes, everyone. Fingers crossed, touch wood. Get this thing restarted without any more interruptions, and we will be able to conclude round 5, season 5, the last round of the season, last round of the year for Race on Oz in the Pro Series. Don't forget, we'll do it all again next week, though. When we go, the Pro-Am guys are going to have their go around Mount Panorama, and we'll decide the Drivers' Championship in Pro-Am and the Teams' Championship overall. And we'll see how the championship pans out tonight for drivers. Hopefully Bounty can stay awake long enough to give us the stats update. The stats man. 2 minutes 40 seconds. I'm tired as well, HSV. I'm very tired. But, got 56 more minutes of racing we've got to get through. And we'll be alright. We've got 2 minutes. So 2 minutes, everyone. Who wants to know some track information? I've written a bunch of notes as well. So, Murray's Corner. I found this one quite... Bounty's here all night. You know what, Bounty? If you're going to be here, I'll make sure I'm here. We're in it together. We'll do this till the end of the night. Murray's Corner. All right, so I like this corner. It was originally named Pit Corner until Bill Murray, not the Bill Murray, spectacularly crashed his Hudson Special into the sandbags in the 1946 New South Wales GP. The race winner that day, Alf Najar, is said to have graffitied the word Murray's Corner onto the fence later that evening, and the name stuck. So there you go. That's how I got the term Murray's Corner. Now, if you're a Gran Turismo player like myself, or was it Project Cars? I can't remember. There was a game that had Mount Panorama in it, and you had to go at the end of Murray's Corner. You go down, and then there was like a little stack of tyres, and you'd have to hit the middle one, the middle stack, and that would unleash. I think it was. I can't remember if it was Project Cars or Gran Turismo. One of them. You had to do that there. And you get a little trophy for it. There's less than a minute left. And then, and another bit about Murray's Corner was there was 1 year in qualifying at Bathurst. Someone actually went down the escape road at Murray's, spin turned it, and then got going again to start their qualifying lap to try and get like a run-up. I think it was Alan Grice. I'm not 100% certain. But that was barred from doing that after that event. So that's a little information about Murray's. I've got plenty more to come, but we've only got 2 minutes left. So hopefully we don't get another restart. Alright, so less than 90 seconds now to get this thing underway again. So it's 56 minutes. They're going to start in the positions that the disconnection happened in. It's going to be one pit stop. And what else? It's going to be single file start, so you'll need to keep 70 kilometers an hour after the final turn. What else was in there? This is all being done by the rule book as well, so this is not being done ad hoc. There are specific black and white rules in writing for an event such as this. So all of those rules, roles, processes are being adhered to. And I've even got an Irish friend who I've asked, can you please send me some luck so we get this one started. So
30 seconds.
trying to do my part on this one. She has her fingers and toes crossed for me, sending me some Irish luck. So fingers.
20
I'm
seconds.
going to cross my fingers as well. Get this thing started. Team Little Bear also just reminding everyone, don't forget the Honda Cup on Thursday as well. Fantastic Fun, he says. How are you? How'd you go in the first round, Team Little Bear? Oh, we got someone in the pits. That's Footner. Hopefully that doesn't cause any dramas. We saw that a few weeks ago at Paul Ricard. There you go. If that's not a ringing endorsement, Team Little Bear, come drive the sexy Honda. You will love it. Alright, so they're going to sort themselves out here. Alright, that's not great, is it? Can't really seem to get much further than the cutting right now. Alright, well... Okay, so what's this? Take three. Third time's a charm. All right. See if we can get going. Fingers crossed. Toes crossed. Legs crossed. Everything crossed. Alright, so this is the last restart, apparently. Oh, here we go.
Green light. Go, go, go.
Okay. So we're going regardless this time. That is the official word from JJ. Yeah, this is the last restart. We are going regardless. Okay. Here we go, boys. This is it. Okay. Still got 26 viewers. You are a hardy bunch. Thank you for sticking around. 3.5 minutes. 3.5 minutes before this one will get started again. All right. John Foster with the encouragement. Hang in there, everyone. I'm gonna hang in there for us. Keep this thing alive. So we're not far away. I've got a good feeling about this one. I just got a good feeling. I used to have a boss who'd say, "I feel it in my waters." I just found that interesting. But alright. 2 minutes 40. I'll put the screen up. You're not missing anything here. Alright, so just to reiterate again, we're going to be we are going to be restarting. Bounty, he just must have like an endless supply of dad jokes. He's been a solid performer when it's come to that. I'm just glad that we've only got 2 more minutes to wait. Alright, so it's going to be single file restart. Looks like we've got 16. I'm not too sure who the 16th person is though. 517. Not too sure who 517 is exactly. But yeah, fingers crossed we'll get this one started and it'll keep going. So just to reiterate the starting order as well, I will pull that up. In a moment. Hang on, where is it? Let me see if I can find it now. The starting order. Here we go. Vic Chan Slambo. Jamie, Barters, Adman, Ty Morgo, Stu, Bruce, Eaglewin, and Brenticles. That'll be your top 10. And then HSV, Someone Awesome, JJ, Sadude, Saber Nightclaw, Footnut, and Big Chopper Dog. So I don't think Big Chop's come back. Good on you, Big Chopper Dog. Saber Nightclaw, he's dropped off. So I think that's the only one that has dropped off that that was still racing when the disconnect happened. Here we go, look at that. Sunshine. Oh, I am getting tired. I am getting tired though. You want pedal cam, do you, Lukey? I did see someone have that as a comment in the chat during the week. You could do that. Technically, you could do that. You would have to have a camera on your pedals in your rig, and then you could definitely include that in the broadcast if you wanted to. I'm not too sure how you would sync it up though, if it would be very synced up. Because you could stream that to YouTube, and then you could actually have that in a separate window, and you could do like a picture-in-picture job, but it'd just be about syncing them up as well. Yeah, have some double. If I have a coffee now though, I just will not go to bed. That's the big problem. I've got to be in the city at 8:30 tomorrow morning. I'm not looking forward to that. I'll be ready. I've got 42 seconds to get myself going. We'll be good. We'll be good to go once it goes green. Matchsticks in the eyes. No, I'm not going to bed or anything. Oh, I wish I had some chocolate though. How good would some chocolate be right now? That'd be so awesome. Anyway, here we go, boys. So, fingers crossed, touch wood. Cross your legs, cross your fingers. Cross whatever you got near. Bring us some luck. We get this thing started and we keep it going. We've got 16 cars on the grid. This is Season 5, Round 5. This is the final round for Pro. Not just the season, but for the year. What a big year it's been. Alright, so they're going to sort themselves out. Grid up in the appropriate positions. John Foster, the SAR boys are going 9-9. Looks like there's only one out there, isn't there, by the looks of it? That would be there's someone in the Bentley. It's not Dudes. Anyway, good spot though, John Foster. Nice work. Well, this would have given them a little bit of time as well to organise tyre temps and all that sort of stuff. So, as they leave their way up the mountain, Mount Panorama, Bathurst. It was a good race, wasn't it? On Sunday, it was good to see Lee Holdsworth managed to stand on the top step. Chaz Mostert as well. Andretti United Racing, are they forced now? Big American names, legitimising. How good those Camaros and the Mustang look though. That's supercars will be pretty good next year, I reckon. Starting to get a little bit long in the tooth with the Holden versus Ford thing. Obviously tried to spice it up with Nissan and Mercedes and whatnot. Volvo was even in there for a while. But I think Holden, Camaro and the Mustang are going to really reinvigorate it. No lockdowns next year, free to race for the entire season. But anyway, that's something completely different to what we're doing now. What we are doing now though is we are watching cars on track for the final round of this season for the Pro Series. They will all be getting into position. I can't actually change the car, unfortunately, until we get going. So they will need to do 70 kilometers from Murray's, and it's going to be single file restart as well. The field does need to bunch up. Doesn't look like anyone is in the pits. Beautiful. All right, I think this is it, boys. Get ready. 56 minutes to go. And we are going to decide the winner of Season 5. Who's going to be the Drivers' Championship? Ooh, Jaguar back into supercars. Wouldn't that be good? Here we go. There's the race start. Come on. There it is. We're back underway here. Looks like Vic got a really good start. The top three just absolutely blitzed him. I'm not too sure what Adman and Ty Morgan were doing. Oh, that's HSV. He's had he's almost gone around at Hull Corner. Adman manages to get past Ty Morgan. Stu's in there as well. He's looking to get past the P&L Lamborghini as they head up Mountain Straight into Griffins. This is the restart. The top three have just cleared out. They've sprinted away. Big shot. He's back in the pits. He spent the majority of the race earlier on, and Ty Morgan now in a battle here. He's the meat in the Bruce Racing sandwich of the Bentleys there. They make their way up the mountain. But Vic Chan leading it away. Slambo and Jamie, the top three championship protagonists, all up the front. Looks like Ty Morgan's just able to recover there. He's going to have his hands full with Stu right behind him. Just seeing everyone else manage to get away cleanly. Someone awesome. He's got Sadu's for company right behind him. JJ Penguin. He'll have HSV breathing down his neck in that ICR Mercedes. And there with Footnote, he's worked himself into 15th. Jambon Sickles back. So we lost him. And he is back again. He's found his way back on the circuit, but Vic already is second clear of Slambo. As we're back to the Lamborghini here. of Ty Morgo, and Bruce in there as well, looking racy in that Honda. We know it's got the toe down Conrod straight. What's the brakes like on it though? Oh, that was Stu, I think. That was Stu. Yeah, it was. So he's made a mistake out of the chase. He's lost a couple of positions. That's Brenticles coming through as well there. So he's lost a whole heap of positions. What about Sadudes? Oh, and look at Footner and JJ. They came together earlier in the season. Now going to battle it out up Mountain Straight. Couldn't even see the Lamborghini was that close to him. They got Jambon Sickle for company. This is through Griffins now. We're with Cameron Footner. Had JJ breathing down his neck. Oh, there it is. And then there's Jambon as well. Top three got an absolutely cracking start. Not too sure what happened there, but they were definitely able to sprint away from the pack. And looks like Footnote just managed to maintain that gap a little bit now to JJ. They make their way down through the S's. So Footnote, he was the big winner. He gets back on the lead lap after crashing at McPhillamy in the opening minutes of the original start. Sadudes, he's following there through Forest Elbow. Might just stick with him here because we know the Ferrari's definitely got good power down Conrod. Not quite enough though to make inroads into the Bentley though, who has HSV and the Mercedes just up ahead. Just touching on 277 kilometers an hour. Oh, JJ running deep. So did Jambon as well. Oh no, there's a few of them off there. Was that Stu again? Where are you, Stu? Can't see it, mate. Just trying to. Where have we got? Oh no, there he is. Yeah, Stu coming into the pits now, and he's there he is. Coming in now. Alright, so that was him. We had the issue. Adman is in the pits as well. So that looks like that's a scheduled stop for him. He's decided to get it out of the way straight away. And then it's 4 tenths now between Slambo and Vic. So maybe Vic made a little mistake because he'd already pulled almost a second gap from Slambo. Through the S's. Went a little bit deep there. Yeah, I'm not too sure what happened at the start. The top three certainly did separate themselves from the pack extremely quickly. Actually see it on the screen though because I was back in the pack there, so leave that to the stewards for after the race. See the braking markers that have been taken out. John Foster just pointing out there that the starts are checked post race, so that'll obviously be followed up by the stewards after the race. In the meantime though, we're going to focus on the action. This is Slambo and Vic Chan, two championship contenders battling it out. There's 49 minutes left. This is the 55-minute restart. And these two just out there by themselves. Jamie is as well. Massive gap between P4. Who's that? Bruce has moved up into P4. So, cracking restart from him in the Honda. Two championship contenders out in front, P1, P2, dueling it out. So make their way through the cutting one more time. Nice little battle pack forming as well, which I'll get to in a moment. Between Eaglewind, HSV, Ty Morgo, Sedudes and Footner. That's down in position 6 through 10. Just don't want to take my eyes away from this action right now. We haven't seen too much of them on screen. And Slambo's definitely sticking with Vic right now. So perhaps this is maybe it was a setup situation for Vic. I'm not too sure. He was doing it extremely comfortable early on, and we'd seen him pulling out regular gaps as well. It was up to almost 4 seconds, I think, at the disconnect. But Slambo all over the back of the Audi. Trying to just pick up a toe from Vic. We know that the Bentley doesn't have the best top speed, but he's certainly keeping up with the Audi right now. Topping out at almost 278 clicks. Pulls it up hard under brakes. Takes a slightly different line though to Vic through the chase. And Vic is not going anywhere right now. This is all to play for. Slambo just getting out of the slipstream there, just saying, Vic, I'm right here. You are not going anywhere. Not too sure what this situation is for Vic right now, but nonetheless, it doesn't matter. What does matter is that we're on track here, and the restart's going well so far. Touch wood, and we have a battle for this win. Just get back to I was talking about that pack before of Ty Morgo, Sedudes, Footner in there as well. Where are you though, Footner? Should be behind Sedudes. Did he go? He didn't go into the pits. Maybe he's heading off somewhere. Might have had a bit of a mistake there. I'm not too sure. Can't see any damage to the car as HSV. He makes a stop now as well. That'll be his stop out of the way. And Stu's still in there. So I wonder if that's game over for Stu. He's been in there for a long time. Maybe he had a lot of damage though. Oh, we see Ty Morgo just scraping the wall again. We saw that earlier tonight. And the two Lamborghini Pagni next level boys. They're going great right now. P6 Eaglewind, P7 Ty Morgo, and back to the start. Back to the front. Slambo is not letting Vic out of his sights right now. That is the physical gap between the two, and Vic has a real fight on his hands right now. He was cruising before the disconnect, but now I don't know what Slambo's done or what's happened to Vic, but he does not have it as easy as he had it earlier on. That Bentley is crawling all over the back of that Audi of Vic Chan, our reigning defending champion. Looking to make it go, back to back. These two have battled it out for pole position all season as well. Vic Chan got 3, Slambo got 2. As they come out off Mount Straight through Griffins. Yeah, Slambo just all over the back of him. Just Vic can't shake him right now. 3/10 is the gap, but you don't need me to tell you how long it is. You can actually physically see it for your own 2 eyes. And the rest of the field all got away pretty well. Footner still in the pits. So he's obviously had some kind of issue as well. So Footnote's still in there. Stu's been in there for a long time. And Big Chop, he joined us for the restart. And then he just went back into the pits again. I'm not too sure what's up with that. But nonetheless, we've got racing at the front. Racing for the win. Racing for the championship. Oh, Black Falcon, it's like you're reading my mind. I was going to say we need Bounty to give us an updated championship standings. as it sits with a tick over 44 minutes remaining in this one. And Slambo is not going to let this go without a fight. Now they will need to pit again. One mandatory pit stop. Fuel is mandatory. Tyres are optional. So Dudes has dropped right off the back of Ty Morgan now. He was at half a second. He's now at a second. So he's obviously might have had a little moment somewhere. He's dropped off a bit. Ty Morgan 4/10 behind Eagle Wind, which will be roughly what the gap we see here is. And that's the McLaren. I think that's the McLaren of Brenticles. It's potentially being lapped. And Sadu's coming into the pits. Can't see any damage there, so that is a scheduled stop. And this is the two P&L boys I was talking about earlier, Ty Morgan and Eagle Wind. But this is the battle that we want to see right here. Looks like Vic might have pulled out a little bit more of a gap, but nothing much. Slambo just not letting him out of his sights. This is great stuff. This is what we've come to expect from the Pro Division as well. Some cracking racing. And now this is just going to be all about who can absorb the most pressure. Who's going to make the least amount of mistakes? We've seen Vic force Jamie into mistakes while following last season. There's the updated championship standings. So right now, as it stands, Jamie on 195 points, Vic on 193, and Slambo on 189, and Adman in P4 on 158 points. So that's the situation as we have less than 42 minutes left in this one. So we had a 56-minute restart race. So we've gone 14 minutes of that right now. Big shout out to Bounty for keeping us all informed of the championship. And the gap has pulled out now to 8/10 between Vic and Slambo. That's the McLaren of Brenticles. Footner still in the pits. HSV, Sadudes and Adman, as well as Brenticles, they've all made their stop. And that's the gap between P1 and P2 as they make their way up the mountain one more time. Up through the cutting. Bounty really closing up on him right there though. Nice and close to the wall there. Both drivers are. Okay, plunge down the hill now, down through the S's. This is going to be a case of can Slambo just pile the pressure on Vic without upsetting his rhythm too much and having to push hard, try and force a mistake from Vic, which is a very hard thing to do. And that gap has started to come out a little bit between these two. So Vic just opening up a little bit of breathing room. And Bounty just updating the points with pole position, the 1.4 pole position right there. So Jamie 195, Vic 194. So absolutely nothing in it right now. You can hear Vic downshifting, working hard in that Audi. I think we've lost Stu and Big Chopper Dog. So there's 14 runners out there because Footner is back out there. Just can't take a trick at the moment. He had an earlier incident which cost him over 2 minutes in the pits. And looks like history repeated itself, unfortunately. And he finds himself down there in P14. So he was lucky enough to get back on the lead lap, but didn't last too long after the restart. So a bit of bad luck for him. We'll see how it all pans out over the next 39 minutes. Just having a little bit further look down the field. Jamie out in P3. He's 8 seconds behind this pair. And then Bruce in P4. He's got someone awesome right behind him. 8/10 in fact. The lone Selby Acoustics racing driver out there. So he's a man by himself, but he's putting in a very good representation. I'm not too sure if K-Man's still watching. It's someone awesome giving chase to Bruce. I saw a Selby Acoustics racing 1, 2, 3, I think it was, or was it ICR in at Paul Ricard. They're two close on-track battles, and the gap now back to less than 4/10. Slambo tucked in behind that rear wing of the Audi of Vic Chan. Who's going to blink here first? Well, obviously need to work out pit strategy as well. Adman went early. He's the highest of the drivers that have pitted. So he's up there in P10. Everyone else ahead of him will need to make their stop. Here we go. Let's ride on board with Slambo. Fast, he was his fastest lap last lap at 2:02.4. Hence that gap closing up again. Look at that, making up a little bit of ground through Griffin's. Oh, he's much quicker through there. More of a different line though from Vic. That made his way through the cutting. It's so unrelenting across the top of the mountain. Down through the dipper. Out through the gears. It's amazing how much speed. Over 180 clicks through there. Amazing how much speed you can gain. Have a slam on the brakes. Go through Forest Elbow. And open it up again, up Conrod straight. Looks like Vic just able to pull a little bit more of a gap again. – 280 kilometres an hour. So Bounty really pushing it. See what Vic does next time around. Pits. Both using the curve on the exit, which is fine to do through there. Yep, Bounty is pointing out that Slambo obviously much quicker in this session, so some potential tweaks to the car. He had a good half an hour to work out what was working, what was not working. He's obviously made some changes, and he is absolutely flying. So Vic has a monumental battle on his hands right now. Slambo doing everything he possibly can to try and take this title home tonight. This is the gap. This is the fight for P1, P2. Someone awesome. He is only 5/10 behind Bruce. So Bruce holding his own right now. Someone awesome, one of the Go to Woe boys. I think that might be. I think it might be Cameron Footner's night. He's just saying he might just watch it, reckon. So not too sure what happened to him, but he's going to just enjoy the rest of the stream from here. Slambo just getting a little bit tail happy there out of Forest. Let's see what Vic Chan's speed is up the front, up Conrod. So we saw Slambo almost hitting 280. .277 max. So Slambo's got a bit of a speed advantage. Vic Chan down Conrod. Hence, that Audi is not going anywhere. I think Vic will relish this though. He'll relish the battle. And he will embrace it. So it's going to be up to Slambo to see, can he force a mistake out of Vic? Cameron Footner found the fence 4 times, did not do well with pressure and fuel combo. Car was all over the place. Guess that can happen sometimes, can't it? But yeah, had a good second half of the season. A bit disappointing to finish it like that, but it is what it is. Yeah, first season in pro, I think it went decent for you, Mr. Cameron Footner. So see how you go next season. In the meantime, though, these two boys, they're having a very good season. They're duking it out right now for the Pro Series Championship. We'll get to Jamie in a moment, but we'll follow these guys just over the top of the mountain one more time. So they go through Rocky Skyline. They'll dive down through the S's again. Chuck it through the Dipper. And then race down towards Forest Elbow. We saw 277 was the top speed from Vic last time around. He held it in 5th gear there for a little while then, didn't he? Before moving to 6th. Just tops out again at 277. So Slambo definitely got that speed advantage. So we just have to try and work out some good momentum coming out of Forest Elbow. Could bode well for him depending on pit stops. And we are approaching the final 30 minutes in this one. So if you've stuck around from the beginning, you're an absolute legend. Thank you so much. Obviously had the disconnection issues and getting it all restarted and a little bit of mucking around with that. We're back underway, and it's been worth the wait, I have to say. These boys are not disappointing, and whatever the changes Slambo made, they've absolutely worked to perfection. He is all over the back of Vic Chan. Jamie, on the other hand, he's 10.9 seconds behind these guys, and then Bruiser the further 13.6 seconds behind him. So Jamie's well and truly out on his own as it stands right now. He's not going to be coming under pressure from anyone anytime soon. We have 6 drivers that have pitted twice. Adman, Sadu's, HSV and Brenticles. The other 2 is Footner and Stewart, but they're not racing anymore. And Big Chopper Dog. He only did the 1 lap, came back into the pits, and that's where he's remained ever since. So we've got 13 runners. And we've got 30 minutes and 5 seconds left in this one. So stick around. I think this is going to be really super exciting between these 2 here. So, Vic just got a little bit of a nicer run. Let's see if we can see the speed difference between Slambo and Vic this time around. 277. Slambo 279 that time around. Alright. Let me have a quick look at best time. So at best is at 202.4 from Slambo. This is the line at 203 flat that time around. And then Big Chan 2:02.7. That was his best time that last lap. So he's starting to push. So they go up, mountain straight. Through Griffins. And this is great racing. They've been like this pretty much since the get-go. We had a 56-minute race, essentially, after the disconnect. And these two have been going at it hammer and tong since the restart. Oh, Vic coming so close to the wall there. We saw him have an accident in qualifying as well. That was over. It was at Skyline. So it wasn't so much through Reed Park there, as we saw. But Slambo not going to let him off. Going to try and have to force a mistake from Vic. Pile that pressure on just as much as he can. Just continue on with it. Blue flag being waved in the background there. I'm not too sure who that's
The
for.
halfway mark, still a long way to go.
As we are halfway through this restart race. Big Chan from Slambo, Jamie in P3, Bruce in P4, Summon Awesome in 5th, Ty Morgo in 6th, Eagle Wind in 7th, Jambon Sickle in 8th, Adman, the first of the runners who've pitted already, in 9th, and 10th is Sadudes. So still 8 cars to go to pit, and Adman, the highest of the cars that have stopped. Currently P4 in the championship right now. Get to just have a quick look over here between Summon Awesome and the Honda Bruise. And as we do that, he sent it deep. Oh no, he's turned it around at the chase. So that's Brenticles. He's trying to unlap himself right now. And you see the Lamborghini. No, they say he's coming to the pit. Someone awesome. Yeah, there's the Lamborghini, Ty Morgo, just coming up right behind. So he's decided he'll make his pit stop now. Try and just sort of condense the pain of that. And Ty Morgo will slip through and take that position away from someone awesome. So he'll move himself up into P5, Ty Morgo. Once the timing screen sorts itself out. Eagle wins a mile behind. He's 9.9 seconds. So field very spread out. We've only got 13 runners on a track like this that's 6.2 kilometres in length. Field can be very strung out. Someone awesome gets his stop completed. That's the BHR Bentley of Stu. Back to the battle at the front. Slambo and Vic. Vic. Just looking a little bit more steady now. Just being able to hold a gap. It's at almost 9/10 between the two of them. You can see the visual gap there. So Vic just starting to find that sweet spot. Just a tick over 25 minutes remaining in this one. This is round 5, season 5. So someone awesome is come out. How has he come out ahead of Adman? Right. Okay. So there it is. This is a little battle that's going to be brewing away. Bruce Home Racing. So we saw someone awesome just make a mistake through the chase. It is approaching 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time as well. So 10-2. So as I was talking about earlier, that fatigue. And these guys, I think all of them would be in a rig. So there is the physical effort of doing that. You know, we've all worked today. Well, at least I have anyway. Lucky duck if you had a Tuesday off. Power to you. But yeah, it's that time of night. It's getting late. And it's tied for 4th position right now in the championship. So Bounty is letting us know Adman, Someone Awesome, and Ty Morgo all on 158 points. And they're all on track right near each other as well. That's Someone Awesome we can see there. Adman right behind him. But the man who's got a bit of a jump on him is Ty Morgo. He's further up the road. He's in P5. So the top 4 places the top 5 or 6 places in the championship all still up for grabs right now. And we are going to find out tonight. Downey's going to keep us well informed. He's been doing a fantastic job. And the gap now between Slambo and Vic is 1.1 seconds on the timing screen. So Vic just starting to create a little bit more breathing room. 1.3 seconds now is the gap. So just starting to pull away ever so slightly from the from the Lamborghini of Slambo. Bounty on the line. I wouldn't mind a Bounty chocolate. Yeah, that would be delicious. Not good for the waistline to have it at 11 o'clock at night, but you know what? Sometimes you just got to do these things. Oh, let's see. So Someone Awesome. The gap between him and Adman, that is the visual gap, 3 seconds. Let's have a look where Jambon Sickle is. He's only a little bit further up the road, so he's only just making his way through the chase now. So he's definitely not clear enough of these guys. And then Eagle Wind, he's just coming through Murray's. Just trying to get a read on how far up he drives to get as high as sort of P5. The Honda of Bruce, he's circulating fantastically well. He's coming up through the cutting now, so Someone Awesome and Adman, they can make it up quite a few positions, probably two or three spots once all the pit stops shake out. And then Ty Morgo, he's going to be the big one right here. So he's just making his way up through the cutting, through Reed Park, and he's in contention for P4 in the championship. So it's all going to come down to the last laps of this one. Someone Awesome's got a little bit of paint damage on the side of his Bentley there. But yeah, we're going to have to wait for the final pit stops to play themselves out before we see these true finishing positions. Thanks for sticking with us as well. I know that it is late. People do have to work tomorrow. People that are watching, massive thank you. Hopefully it's worth your while. I think it will be. I think we're going to have a really good finish to this one. Just hang in there. Someone Awesome coming down through the S's. And then there's the gap once again between Vic Chan and Slambo. So 1.6 on the timing screen. We'll obviously have to wait for the sectors to update. That's the difference between those two, and Jamie's still just on an island. He's 12 seconds away from these guys, but then Bruce is 18 seconds away from him. And I think as it stands, Jamie would win the championship by 1 point from Vic, even with that pole position extra point. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. Oh, Slambo getting very close to the wall there on the entry into the S's. So maybe that car's starting to just get away from him a little bit. The gap, 1.7 seconds now between him and Slambo. Oh, thanks, Black Falcon. Trying my best at the moment. But I'm very keen to see what Ty Morgo does. We might... Ooh, what have we got here? So... Oh, that's Renticles behind him. Yeah, so he's down in P13. P&L drivers as well, so they're teammates. So Renticles obviously doing the right thing, playing the team game. Now it's going to be interesting what this man does here. So I don't think I would highly doubt he knows that he's tied for 4th in the championship. And the difference between him and someone awesome, so they're coming through Forest's elbow now. Someone awesome, he's just making his way through McPhillamy. And then Adman, he's just doing the same right now as well. So what does he do with less than 19 minutes left in this race? What does this man do? Will he pit now and then try and give himself as much time as he can to make up that position, or just leave it as late as possible? Or go somewhere in between? I'm not sure. We're going to find out though. And it's definitely not going to be this lap. Gap now between Vic Chan and Slambo is 2.2 seconds. You can see the gap there. There's Vic. Can be a little bit demoralising as well if you're pushing really super hard and you're trying to do everything that you can, but you're just sort of not reeling them in. And you've got no one pressuring you from behind. Can sort of put you in this kind of limbo land. But I'm sure Slambo will be doing everything he possibly can in his power to push that Bentley closer and closer to Vic Chan, but he's a very formidable opponent. I think Wheezy Weston put in the comments earlier, looks like Vic, his favourite track is Bathurst. And he's been pretty much faultless as well since he's gotten going. Here comes to Dudes. So, where's HSV behind him? He goes through. JJ Penguin, I'm not too sure he's going to be able to take that spot from Sadudes. He becomes stationary just now. We'll have to wait for JJ. Coming down, Conrad. Sadudes, still stationary. Jamie just coming across the line now. Dude, still stationary. Just approaching Murray's. Dude, still stationary. JJ's got to get through here. I wonder what's going on with Sadudes. Is he taking tyres accidentally? Alright, and who's going to be the next one? The Brenticles. Sadudes, still in the pits. I reckon he's taking tyres. I reckon he's might have left tyres on. We know Adman did that a few rounds ago. JJ did it on the last lap with Kyalami, I think. There goes Brenticles. And yeah, Sadudes is going to drop down into last position. So I'm not too sure what's happened here. He's still in the pits. Oh, we've got someone off at the top of the mountain. Who is that? 552. Oh, no. How can that be right? No, 522. 552. HSV. Oh, no. Has he got a bit of battle scars there? So I saw the car. His marker went yellow. He's got some battle scars on the front of the car there. So I reckon he's had a bit of a moment across the top of the mountain. Metal Steel, he'd already done his stop, so he's suggesting that it is, there we go, he's down and he's away. So Metal Steel, I think you're on the money, had to repair some damage, so thank you for that eagle-eyed spot. This man here, HSV, he's down there in P10, so he had a little excursion going across the top of the mountain, and he has pitted twice, so that's why he's not coming in. There mustn't be any damage affecting the handling of that one. And now we get back to someone awesome who's tied for P4 in the championship. We're in the closing 15 minutes of round 5, the final round of the season. Season 5, doing his absolute best. Only Selby Acoustics racing car out there right now. And he's definitely holding his own. Jambon Sickle, so he's just up ahead. He hasn't pitted yet. Neither has Eagle Wind, neither has Ty Morgo. yeah, someone awesome looking in a very good spot right now. He's got a pretty decent gap between him and Adman. Someone awesome just going through the chase now, and Adman just approaching. So that's the rough figure between those two. And then back to the battle at the front. Everywhere else is pretty spread out. That restart, the top three got clean away. And then it was up to everyone else to fight back. 22 seconds is the gap between Jamie and Bruce. So as it stands right now, Jamie just needs to keep on going. If he finishes in P3, he's going to take this championship out. And there's no one from behind to pressure him into a mistake, so it's all going to be up to him. We know that he visualises a ribbon in his mind, so the way that the ribbon goes towards the end of the race. So that ribbon's only got about 13 minutes worth of time left before it runs out. Adman and Brenticle's tied for P4 at the moment. Getting these live updates courtesy of Bounty. And there's the gap between P1 and P2. It's at 4 seconds now. And that's Lukey at the back there in the ICR Bentley. Well, now we're just going to wait for the top 7 cars to make their stops and see how much someone awesome at Adman can profit from it. And really, this is where the pressure is going to come into it as well. Making sure you turn tyres off, don't change the tyres. Make sure you got your fuel fill set properly. Hit your marks. It's all still to play for. Especially these two at the front. Slambo might have been making some changes as well to try and get some pace back. Super racy at the beginning of this one, but just faded as the stint has gone on. And Vic has reasserted his dominance. Here we go. Here's the pit stops happening right now. Ty Morgo, he makes his pit stop. So does Eagle Win, the two P&L boys. Jambon Sickle, he goes through. He hasn't stopped yet. Someone awesome goes through. Looks like Adman is going to go through as well. Ty Morgo, he gets going straight away. So he's going to give chase. Eagle Win. Oh, has he had an incident somewhere? That's damage on the side of that car. I think, oh, has he had to reverse? So he's missed his mark? What's happening? He's off and away. Okay. So he gets going. Ty Morgo. Oh, who is this? Is that Adman? Has he come out right behind Adman? I think he has. Look at this. These guys are battling it out for P4 in the championship right now. This is the difference between both of them. Adman in P7th, Ty Morgo in P8th. Eagleman managed to get going as well. This is it. He has just over 10.5 minutes to work that Lamborghini somehow past that Bentley. Or can Adman keep the hard-charging Lamborghini behind him? It's going to be a cracking battle. We saw Adman in the interleague race as well. He had a... they went for a very long time with Jay Murr, I think it was. Two guys in the Bentleys. It was awesome racing. They both commented on it afterwards and let each other know how much they enjoyed it. So Adman, he's no stranger to pressure. And another solid season, Adman. AM1 commentator. And look at Ty Morgo. Ty Morgo's like, I'm not going to let you go anywhere right now. I'm not going to let you break that toe. 276 clicks, but I reckon he had to just pull out of it a little bit there. Closing up right under brakes there. He is all over the back of that Bentley right here. Make their way down into Murray's. Pulls to the inside. Comes back into line there. Just letting him know. So Adman's going to have to soak this pressure up. This is great stuff. Down in P7, P8. In the meantime, though, someone awesome. He's skipped ahead. He's miles ahead of these two. He's 15 seconds up the road. So this is going to all have an effect on P4 in the championship. Here we go, Ty Morgo. This is a classic spot to overtake. Oh, Adman is not going to give this up without a fight. Sends it back up there. And holds on to his position. Live championship standings as we speak. Jamie 195, Vic 194, Slambo 189, Adman 162, Brenticles 160. That is the top 5 in this championship with less than 9 minutes to go. 8.5 minutes to go. Thanks for sticking with us. It's past 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Daylight Savings Time, sorry. Wherever you are, I hope you're enjoying it. This is going down to the wire. Massive, massive shout out. Go by the man Shui for keeping the championship standings updated for us throughout the race. Bounty. Let's see what Ty Morgo can do. Down Conrod one more time. Tuck right into the draft here. Try and push that little yellow Lamborghini as hard as he possibly can. Looks like he's got a pretty good run here. Here we go. Oh, they're going to go door to door. They're going to go too wide through the chase. Oh, no! Adman's lost it! Oh, Adman's lost it. He's turned around. Oh, I'm not too sure what happened. He just made a little bit of contact with the rear of Ty Morgo. And could that be P4 in the championship taken away from him? Oh, dear. It's always heart-in-the-mouth stuff when you go side by side through the chase. And unfortunately, Adman was the one to come out of it a bit worse for wear. Bruce, he's in the pits. That's Jambon Sickle in the pits as well. Has he had an issue? That does not look like a healthy Honda right now. Someone awesome. He's definitely gone through. Jambon Sickle has come out. Ty Morgo, Adman. So, Bruce, yeah, he's had a big hit somewhere. That is not a healthy looking Honda. Right here, we've got action going on everywhere right now. We are approaching the final 6.5 minutes of Season 5. This is the finale for the Pro Division. We've had plenty of action. We've had a disconnect. We've had to restart it again. And Adman looks like he's managed to recover pretty well. So he's still right behind the Lamborghini, Ty Morgo. They did swap positions after he made gentle contact going through the chase. Spun it around. Didn't hit anything, thankfully. And he's able to keep going. So he's got 6 minutes to rectify that. Ty Morgo needs to hold on. Vic Chan still out in front. The Slambo. The gap is... Well, Slambo has pitted. So in amongst all of that, I did miss it. So my apologies for that. Slambo has pitted. So we're going to wait on Vic Chan to pit now. He's the only driver left to have not done so yet. We'll have to see how that does all shake out. 3 drivers in the pits. It's Footnote, Stewart and Big Chop. They're out of the race. Vic just coming down Conrod now. And Adman, he's fallen a little bit further behind. Ty Morgo, 2 seconds in fact. Is the gap between him, but someone awesome. He is having an awesome race right here. He's unfortunately not necessarily going to challenge for a podium, but still 4th would be fantastic to his name and a good result for Selby Acoustics Racing. Let's see what Vic does. It looks like he's going to pit. Here it is. He's coming in. So T minus 5 minutes. Wait for him to stop. Slambo. Slambo's just coming through Forrest's elbow now. And we'll see how tight it's going to be. Vic has to hit his marks here. Has to get this right. Make sure he's got all his settings correct. Cruise in. There it is. There's the stop. Alright. Slambo. Slambo's through the chase. This could be close here. It's still stationary. Slambo about to come through Murray's. And Vic coming out here. So, we might... Oh, so Slambo just crossing the line. That's a pretty hefty gap as that Honda's been repaired and it's back out from Bruce. He's getting the blue flags waved at him to let the leader Vic Chan through. But the gap is quite significant. This is Slambo just coming up Mountain Straight. We'll get to it in a moment. There it is coming down the hill. So that's the gap between him and Vic Chan with just over 3.5 minutes left. Wow. Championship could be decided by 1 point. As it stands, it is Jamie winning. 195, Vic on 194, Slambo on 189. This is all provisional. None of this is official. All provisional. All will need to be sorted out post-race. And Jamie, this is our potential Season 5 championship winner right here. He's 20 seconds back from Slambo, who's 12.5 seconds back from this man here. Well, not this man. Not this man either, but this man right here, the other orange car on the screen. Vic Chan. Needs to get past though. He doesn't need to get past that Honda. He'll want to get past it. There we go. Nice work, Bruce. And he's pretty much just a couple of laps away from wrapping this one up. As we approach 11:15 p.m. local Australian time, Melbourne time. But he has been quite dominant tonight. What about Adman and Ty Morgo? Oh, Adman has Jambon Sickle not far behind. There we go. We can see the P&L driver. We lost him, then we got him back. So I'm sure he'll be enjoying that decision. Oh, he makes a little bit of contact with the wall coming out of Sulman Park. So I wonder if that's causing any damage. We've seen a couple of, well, we've seen P&L drivers in particular just make scrapes along the wall. And I don't think that that Bentley for Adman is feeling the best for him. We saw him make a bit of contact with Ty Morgo, but he didn't think it was enough to set the balance of it or hurt the handling. We'll wait and see. Clocks are only 1:10 away from going 000 here. On board with Jambon, so we're just seeing if he can make any ground on Adman. Vic Chan, where are you, Vic? You're on... Oh, he's going to have to do one more lap. We didn't get the signal the last time around, so we'll just have to wait. I have been caught out by this before. Here's Vic now. 40 seconds left. Oh, I don't know if he'll know about the championship situation either. He doesn't race in a party. I don't think Jamie does either. I'm not too sure about Slambo though. He'll just be this is one of those times where it's probably going to be like maybe 5 seconds left. You'll have to do one more lap. This will definitely be the final lap after he crosses the line. Yep.
All right,
there it is.
On the final lap. Give it a final push.
So the final lap of this one. And Jambon Sickle. Close right up behind Adman now. So Adman currently P4 in the championship. Yeah, I agree with you, Black Falcon. I think Adman's got a bit of an issue. So we'll have to see if that holds him up enough for Jambon to get past him. So I think this will be their last lap. I'm pretty sure. Across the line before the leader, but this is the last lap for Vic Chan anyway, who is just making his way towards Reed Park now. Let's see if Jambon can make up any ground here on Adman, or will Adman be able to hold him off? No. Alright. Well, let's get to the man of the hour. Vic Chan. So all provisional. This is not official. But as it stands right now, Jamie, if he remains in P3, he's going to take this championship by one solitary point from this man here, Vic Chan, 195 to 194. Slambo still stays in his position. He's going to take P3 in the championship on 189. And potentially Adman. I don't know if there's been any changes to his position in the championship right here. But at last glance it was 162. But it's all about Vic Chan tonight. He's gone through a lot of adversity in this one. He put it on pole position. He's third of the year. He's driven a faultless race and he takes home P1. Congratulations from ICR. Vic Chan takes out victory in round 5. Slambo, as he's done so often this season, he takes home another podium position. He's going to bring home that Gamesman Racing Team Bentley across the line for P2. Congratulations, Slambo. Well done. And then P3 and potentially unofficial championship winner right now. All provisional. Nothing is official. This man here, Jamie, as he crosses the line, he is potentially our Season 5 championship winner. Congratulations, Jamie, on P3 for Bruce Hall Racing. Well done to him. Great job from all three of those boys. They're going to celebrate with some donuts there at Hull Corner. We'll get back to that in a moment. But someone awesome. He's fighting it out for P4 in the championship right here. He comes through Murray's. He's going to take P4, flashing the lights, and so he should. Great race from him. Well done, someone awesome, for taking P4 for Selby Acoustics Racing, the only SAR driver in the field right now. And then this man here, Ty Morgo, he's going to be coming through the chase one more time as Slambo doing some donuts there. Don't know if Jamie's in there as well. We're waiting for Ty Morgo to come across the line. Congratulations, Ty. Well done on P5. Very well deserved from him. Great job. Adman coming home in a strong P6. Well done to him. For Bruce Hall Racing. Jambon Sickle. Oh, is he out of petrol? He might be out of petrol here. I think he is. Can he get across the line? Oh, it's going to be touch and go here. At least it's downhill, but there's a bit of an uphill. Oh, I think he's got to just miss out. I think he is. Oh, no. That's... Look how close he is to the line. Can he get it? No, he can't. Look how close to the line that he stopped there. Look at that. That is how far he's missed out. So, unfortunately, Jambon Sickle, someone needs to get out there and give him a push. But he's run out of fuel. Almost made it. But that is race 5, season 5. I'll try and get some post-race interviews going in a moment. But as it stands, just give us a quick second, boys. Just if you can wait on the line for me, it'll be good to have a chat with our top 3. Just give me a moment. I will, yeah. Alright, so let me organise a party chat. If you can hear me, boys, just hang on a moment. I'll try and get you on the line. And then I'll quickly go through championship standings. All unofficial right now. All provisional results. Nothing is official. Where are we? There's Jamie. Send him an invite. I've done this before. I did these guys last week. Where is Vic Chan? There we go. And then the other one will be for Slambo as well. Slambo 97. Alright, and then we'll see if we can get him on the line. Just organising it now. think that's it. Alright, so I've sent them the invites. Cannot add some players because of their settings. Alright, so... Someone put Jambon over the line, I'm not too sure. So... someone punched him over the line, yeah. He just missed out. So I've set the party chat. Oh, we've got Vic Chan in here. So let's quickly get to him. Vic Chan, my man, how are you going?
Oh man, that was rough. It was a bit of a scramble just getting the pressures and
Yeah.
for the extra fuel.
Well, congratulations first and foremost, our race winner. It was a bloody long one.
It was.
Walk us through it. So that you obviously took pole position. Before the disconnect, that first half an hour, you looked like you were doing it pretty easily. I think you had about a 4-second lead over Slambo. But then what happened at the restart? So Slambo was all over you for probably a good half an hour of that restart.
The first race we did before we reset, I was just managing the gap, so I wasn't trying to push, because I knew it was going to be a long race. And then when you restart, we had to adjust for that. We were just racing for an hour, so we were running heavier fuel load.
Yeah.
I think Slambo was running a bit lighter than me. That's why he was all over me at the beginning.
Yeah.
And then once my tyres got up to temp and burned some fuel off, I was able to push a bit better.
Yeah, you looked like you're able to sort of get in the groove and you're able to pull away and obviously do it sort of relatively easily towards the end there.
It wasn't easy, but yeah.
How was walk us through the restart, because it seemed like you three just got a massive jump there. I didn't pick it up on the stream because I got caught with a card further down the field. So, but once the camera got to you guys, it was just you three way out in front. So what happened there at the restart?
I think we were just doing the single file start, so I thought we were just going from the last corner.
Okay.
So I didn't actually give it at the last corner. As soon as I went around, then I gave it.
Yeah, right. Okay, cool.
So
All right,
I wasn't
well...
sure.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe I'll get a ping for it. I don't know. I'm not sure, but
Well,
I figured I had a gap anyway, so...
yeah. Well, the word in the chat from JJ is that the race restart being investigated for jump starts. So, yeah, we'll have to wait for that to play out. But, mate, congratulations. Great season.
Thanks, mate.
At the moment, as it stands, this is all provisional. This is barring any investigations. But just to give you an idea, I don't know if you're going to like what I'm about to say here, but Bounty has been keeping us abreast of the championship situation. He's been giving us live updates all night. And he's got it as Jamie on 195 points and you on 194. With Slambo on 189 in third. So that's the way the championship stands right now. All provisional, absolutely nothing official. But that's the way it stands at the moment. So,
Well, in that case, congratulations, Jamie. It was a good championship.
yeah, we'll have to see how it plays out. But yeah, but mate, three pole positions this season out of 5. Great to watch you racing again, and it's been a fantastic season. And congratulations on a great victory tonight and a great season overall.
Cheers, Nick. Cheers, JJ, and congratulations, Slambo and River. Jamie.
Thanks, mate.
Cool.
Cheers, mate.
All right, and I think we've got Slambo on the line as well.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, good mate. How are you? Congratulations on P2.
Thanks, mate. Pretty tired at the moment. It's
Yeah.
1:30 in the morning.
Oh wow! So you're over there in NZ. Saber Nightclaw. He had to drop off as well because it was too late for him. It is a week. No, I won't keep you too long. But
It's all good.
congratulations. You started P2. You obviously finished P2. Before the disconnect, you were about 4 or 5 seconds off Vic there. But then the restart, it's like you got a new engine in that car or something. You were all over the back of him. What did you do to get that Bentley so close to Vic there at the restart?
Well, in the first part of the race before the disconnect, I was just being careful because every practice race I crashed in the early morning when it was cold.
Oh, yep.
So I was actually just starting to push and got almost got half a second back on Vic on that last lap before the disconnect, and then obviously with the restart the temps were warmer, so I was just ready to push straight away, and I ended up having the wrong pressures though, so I was over pressured after halfway through that race, and it ended up damaging a tyre, got a flat spot, and then just had no pace after that.
Okay, yeah. Where'd you get the flat spot?
On the front left.
Yeah, okay, cool.
It would have been at the elbow probably. I kept on locking up there.
Yeah. Common place to do it. Well, mate, you were. It was looking like you were going to race it all the way down to the end, but obviously, yeah, just sort of dropped away a little bit. But cracking drive from you, and an awesome season as well. You split the difference with Vic. He took out 3 pole positions. You took out 2. And as it stands right now, you're third in the championship, 189. You've had a phenomenal year as well in the Bentley. I think this is your first season in the Bentley as well. Can you sum up your season? How would you sum it up in your words?
It's been good. Apart from that one round where I got taken out. So if that hadn't happened, I was wishing there was a drop round. Otherwise, I would have been in the money.
Yeah.
No, it's been good. It's been really enjoyable racing up the front with Vic and Jamie, and congrats to Vic for the race and Jamie for the championship.
Yeah.
Have to try again next season.
Yeah, well, with a 5-round championship, it only takes one bad round, and it can really put a massive dent in your endeavours to win. But you still did fantastically well, mate, and P3 is nothing to be sneezed at, and it's all provisional right now, nothing official. But congratulations on your season anyway, mate. Great job, and yeah, awesome to commentate on as well.
Thanks, mate, and thank you for commentating, and JJ for setting it all up. It's been bloody awesome. No
worries. Well, we'll let you get to bed. It's pretty late over there, but once again, congratulations.
Thank you. Cheers.
Thanks, mate. Bye. All right, and then we have one more person left. Jamie, are you there?
Yes, hi Nick.
Mate, congratulations. P3. You started P3. Was it a bit of a lonely race, the race after the restart for you?
Yeah, it was a case of just doing what I needed to do, rather than kind of risking anything. The car wasn't great on high fuel, and I knew that in both starts.
Yeah.
So I had to be patient and just ensure that I was looking after the tyres. So thankfully I got the pressures right on that second restart. So I was just kind of able to manage the gaps behind, and that took a pressure off the pit stop because I had to take a little bit of fuel as well, probably more than I would have liked.
Yeah.
And just staying off the walls because I knew that every clip that you get around here, 1 second here, 2 seconds there, it all adds up in the pit. So thankfully I didn't hit the wall at all the entire way. So pretty happy with that.
We did see a few drivers just make some small contact with the wall tonight a few times. So you're definitely thinking along the right lines there. And were you aware of the championship situation while you were out there?
Yeah, I did the math before.
Yeah.
Not too good at math, but I figured that if I was on the podium, I would get it.
Yeah.
Even if Vic got the 1 point for pole. So that was my goal. Was just to be there. And I know it's probably not the most exciting thing for everyone viewing, but to have me in the thick of the battle of Vic and Slambo, and I might have been a little bit closer. I probably had a little bit of pace left, but I didn't want to use it and risk going into the wall.
Yeah.
But I probably wouldn't have been as quick as either of them. I wouldn't have beaten them today.
Well, your consistency has really been, what's got you where you are. Like you've won twice. You're second once in Misano. You were third 3 times in a row, pretty much. The second race in France, third in Kyalami, third in Bathurst. So you've had the complete season, as opposed to Slambo, where he had that 16th in race 1 at Paul Ricard, and then Vic race 2 at France, he was 11th, and then Hungaroring, where he had the mistake at turn 4. So consistency is certainly gotten you there, and yeah, coming home third in the race, maybe not that exciting, but mate, damn exciting if you've won the championship and a huge effort. How would you, in your words, how would you sum up the season?
I think it was very tough. I jumped in this car 5 minutes before the first race, having never really driven it. So I guess to get up to speed and get the results I did in those first few races, I'm pretty damn proud of that. And then kind of having the broken ribs, kind of struggled towards the back end here with practice, but so I'm pretty stoked with that effort. I was just relentlessly consistent in the race. I don't remember a race where I made any sort of major error. Outside of a second year or a couple of seconds there, maybe 1 or 2 dud pit stops, but everything else I was just nailing exactly what I needed to do. And I guess that was fortunate, but I have to give a word to Slambo and Vic on how much they probably would have deserved this as well, because they were so fast and they had some issues, and arguably not their fault. So it's a shame about that, but it's another season battling with those two. It's been intense, and I've loved every minute of it. Yeah,
it's been awesome to watch as well from a spectator point of view too. So, well, look, standings are provisional at this stage, so I can only provisionally congratulate you. But it's it's a season of 5 races. Just saying to Slambo is that in a 5-race season, you have one bad round and that can spell disaster. But you've been consistent throughout all of it, been on the podium every race. So I'd say that would be a strong key to it, and obviously your performance as well in your racing. So, mate, congratulations, phenomenal season, and good to see you come out on top. So congratulations once again, and yeah, awesome work.
Cheers, Nick. Appreciate it.
Cool. All right. So that is everyone. It is very late. It's 11:34. So that wraps up our season 5 of the Pro Series. As I was saying, all standings are provisional right now. Absolutely nothing official. The restarts are under investigation. But right now, as it stands, without any investigations, with investigations pending, Jamie has taken home the championship for Ruse Pro Division Season 5, 195 to 194. Slambo on 189 in P3. And I'm not too sure how it all panned out for P4, but Adman was in there, someone awesome, Brenticles, a few other guys. So Ty Morgo, HSV. So we'll see how that all pans out in the end. But that brings to a conclusion Season 5. So big thank you to all the drivers. It's been a hell of a lot of fun commentating it all and streaming. It's been an absolute pleasure to do it all. Massive shout out and a massive thank you to all the guys that help out behind the scenes. Andrali, thank you, Andrali, for all your hard work, all the graphics that you provide every week. And everything else that you help out with as well. Kamangu as well, who obviously helps out with all the stuff that Andrali does and highlights packages and all that sort of stuff. You two guys do a massive amount of work, and it's all done in the background. So absolutely massive shout out and thank you to you guys, and JJ as well. So it's been awesome, dude. I've really enjoyed doing more stuff with you as well, being a bit more involved with Ruse too, and yeah, massive thank you to you for the opportunity just to do this week in, week out. It's been awesome. Everyone in the chat as well who turn up every week, thank you. I'm sure that I don't necessarily rub people the right way all the time, but I do my absolute best to make it entertaining for everyone as well. So thank you to everyone and all the regulars in the chat. Awesome to this makes Tuesday nights very enjoyable for me. So thank you very much, and everyone else as well, whoever I may have missed. But thank you to everyone, and I hope you've all enjoyed season 5. We've got one more race. We're going to do it all again. Hopefully we don't we don't finish at 11:30, but we'll wait and see. But we're going to do it all again next week for the Pro-Am division. So until then, take care of yourself. Have a great week. And yeah, but don't forget to check out, there's the Cup Series this week and the Pan Am on Sunday. If you're not doing anything, 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, chuck us on. We got some good racing coming your way. All right, till then, take care of yourselves. Stay safe. My name's Nick Kramer. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Close.
Thanks,
Up and down through this